Got a super quick audio test. Audio test. 1 2 1 2. Brooksy, hit me.
Mic 2, 1 2. Audio test from Mic 2. We are good to go from Salina.
Good to go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuned in already, we're going to have pregame starting here at about 6:30. You won't want to miss it. It's the game of the year. It's presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance. Pregame coming up here at 6:30 on the Salina Post Sports Network.
It's time for football. This is a presentation of Eagle Media and Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. This is the Game of the Week. Here with your play-by-play for tonight's game is Tyler Henry.
It's a game that needs no introduction on a stage unlike any other. And tonight, Salina South and Salina Central will write a new chapter in one of the most storied rivalries in the state of Kansas. This will be the 63rd Battle for the Mayor's Cup, and more importantly, the 7th time that these two have met in the 5A state playoffs. Over a stretch of 6 seasons from 1999 to 2004, the road to a state title in 5A ran through Salina, and now for the first time in over 20 years, that road will be repaved as these two foes prepare to do it again with a ticket to the 5A Final Four on the line. Hello everyone and welcome inside the broadcast booth here at a packed Salina Stadium. Tyler Henry alongside you, Brooks Garrettson to join us shortly for what should be the game of the week, maybe the game of the year in the 5A state playoffs. Let's meet our contenders. In the maroon corner, we have a Central team that has destroyed all comers to the tune of a 9-1 record, outscoring their opponents by a combined 232 points. This squad features heavy hitters like quarterback Griffin Hall, a junior with 32 combined touchdowns to just 2 turnovers, tailback Cooper Reeves, a 2,000-yard rusher who's found himself in the end zone 22 times this year, and left tackle Caden Snyder, who will take his talents to Lawrence to play football for KU next season. In his 8 years leading the Mustangs, Mark Sambo is 7-1 against Salina South and has no intention of watching his 5-game win streak snapped today. However, the biggest challenge for the Mustangs comes from their own backyard and a team that's put the entire state on notice in the most unlikely of ways. In the green corner, we have Salina South, the Cinderella of Cinderellas, and a program that entering this season had won just 4 games in 5 years. A 1-7 regular season record may not have inspired confidence to those not paying attention, but when the time came to dance, the Cougars were ready and took down 2 of the top teams in the state in one fell swoop. Behind sophomore quarterback Izzy core of deadly skill players and a much improved defense, Salina South is ready to tango in this heavyweight bout. These two schools have shared a community for over 150 years, but this town has never felt big enough for the two of them, and tonight one of these schools will claim Salina as their own and punch their ticket to the Final Four. Who comes out on top? You'll have to stay tuned to find out. This is the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance, and it starts right now.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Come home for the holidays at Arrow Plains Townhomes in Salina. Brand new 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom homes with over 1,500 square foot for only $229,000. Storm shelter, 2-car garage, solid surface countertops included, sod, landscape, and sprinkler already installed. Plus $5,000 holiday cash on the last 8 homes in Phase 1. Take $5,000 cash or get a $5,000 credit for closing costs. You choose. Buy now and be in your new home in time for the holidays. Learn more at arrowplainsks.com.
Ready, set, forward at Long MacArthur in Salina. Just announced 0% on brand new F-150s. Over 100 trucks in stock with 0% for 60 months. Plus, no payments until February of next year, including new F-150s from Roush and Long MacArthur Performance, 0% for 60 months. Hurry, this offer expires soon with 0% on new F-150s. Find the perfect vehicle for you at Long MacArthur on the south side of Salina or longmacarthur.com.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Back here on the pregame show as we get you ready for a showdown between Salina South and Salina Central. And we're joined now by Cougar head coach Coach Ozores. Coach, first and foremost, congratulations on the big win last week, and thank you for giving us some of your time today.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
So, Coach, we spoke about a big win over Andover, and, the sense I got from you after that conversation was that was not enough to make you and the guys content. You followed it up with a huge win over Liberal on Friday. What's impressed you most throughout this playoff run from your guys?
I think just the day-by-day process of just trying to get better and, be mentally prepared and, realize that, it's all or nothing right now. And, we're fighting for our lives and we don't care, what our seed is or who we're playing. We're just going to take it day by day and get better.
You told me going into week 7 that learning to finish games was going to be one of the biggest improvements you needed to see. Your guys have done that. I feel like the talent's been here for a while, but how much have you watched just the confidence of these kids grow over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, just the confidence and just the belief within each other. That's the biggest thing that I've seen is the kids have really bought into playing hard for each other. Just trusting the guy next to him to make the play, trust the guy next to him to do his job and not try to do too much. And that's what we've been doing a really good job of the past couple of weeks. And we need to continue that this Friday.
I think a lot of people, don't realize how impressive your offense truly has looked, given the run of defenses you've been facing here. What's been clicking for your guys on that side of the ball that's allowed you to play your best offense down the stretch?
Yeah, I think we're playing physical up front, and we're running the ball. And when you run the ball, good things happen in November. And that's what we have to continue to do. We have to continue to stay balanced, get some pressure off of our sophomore quarterback. Yes, he can make some good throws and has a lot of arm talent, but we got to make sure that we're running the ball and, keeping him composed and staying penalty free. We've been doing a really good job of that so far. I think we've had 3 total penalties in 2 games. And so that needs to continue to happen. We need to play clean up front, but still play physical at the same time.
Well, and speaking of Izzy Tellez, that's a guy you and I have talked about throughout the course of the season. Obviously, he's the key to most of this, but, what's the biggest difference, in your opinion, between the Izzy you saw in the first couple of weeks versus the Izzy you've seen during the playoff wins?
I think just the confidence in the game slowed down. His feet has gotten better, his eyes have gotten better, and it's taken some time, obviously, being a sophomore playing at this high of a level and some really good teams. The game slowed down for him a little bit, and he's able to just to communicate on what he's seeing. He's not as flustered, but Salina Central's going to do a really good job giving us different looks, and they're extremely fast, and so and we practiced a lot of different things, and so hopefully he can slow the game down and keep playing well.
Obviously, you got to have good guys to throw to. This is one of the more dangerous receiving cores that I've seen in a long time. Jackson Myers and Jay Curtis specifically, those two have been tearing it up. What makes those two guys so tough to take away in big games?
Yeah, I think they're I think they're just the complete wide receiver. They can beat you short, they can beat you intermediate, and they can beat you deep. And they're used to getting doubled or bracket, or they're used to having a guy play underneath and then have a guy over the top. We've kind of seen everything between both those guys, and then guys like Kitchener have to step up, and Fox and Bronx are the tight ends have to step up and find ways to get open as well if those guys are getting doubled, and those guys have done a good job knowing their role and understanding that Jackson and Jay are going to get a lot of attention, but we still got to find ways to get those guys the ball.
I think the thing that's been, maybe the most impressive throughout this run, at least to me, has been your defense. You held Andover to 20 points and Liberal to just 16. Big stops to close out both of those games. How have you seen that defensive unit kind of rise to the challenge of this playoff run?
Yeah, they're playing with a lot of confidence, and they're playing fast. We've kind of simplified things as the years gone on, and defense coaches are doing a great job getting our kids in line and letting them play fast. And that's the biggest thing. We have to play really good defense. We have to run the ball, and then we got to get our dudes the ball on offense. And when defense is playing well, finding ways to get off the field, to get turnovers, we always have a good chance of winning the game.
Salina has waited for this for a long time. This will be the 7th time that South and Central have met in the playoffs. It's the first time in 21 years. I know as a team you have to approach this game like any other, but at the same time, how special is this matchup to, just these teams, these kids in this community?
Yeah, no, I think it's really exciting. And, just with me being in my second year here, understanding, I've had a lot of people reach out in the past couple of weeks about, people from the 04 team or the 2000 team, or people who are coming back that are, played in the 90s. And, there's a lot of excitement in this game, and just channeling the kids with the right energy and the right focus, knowing that, we don't need to get too hyped up. There's going to be enough hype around, the community in town, and we just need to stay focused on doing our jobs and playing the way that we play.
It's also kind of a unique wrinkle coming into this game. Going into the playoffs, you guys knew you were going to have to be road warriors, right? I mean, you were going to have to go into hostile territory at Andover, hostile territory at Liberal. Regardless of which side of the scoreboard your name appears on or what color jerseys your kids are wearing, this is going to feel like a home game for you guys. That's got to be big for you as well, right?
No, it's definitely nice, being back at home, only driving a mile to the stadium. Last week was a long trip. And we left at 10 a.m. and didn't get back till 3 a.m. So it's going to be nice to kind of get some rest at home, knowing that we don't have to travel too far this week. And, just kind of getting back to our regular routine that we haven't had in 3-4 weeks of, doing our regular after-school routine and then getting to the field and making sure that we're ready to go on Friday.
I know it was week number 1. Maybe you just kind of throw it out the window. But are there any takeaways from your first meeting with Central that feel relevant to this rematch?
Yeah, no, definitely. They've gotten better. I feel like we've gotten a lot better, and we know what they want to do, and then they know what we're going to do. And so it's just a matter of execution. They got some really talented kids that we got to slow down, and obviously they're very big up front and physical. And then just watching the film, you can kind of see some things that are very fixable, and that's everywhere, and that's offense, defense, special teams. And so hopefully we can fix those things and just execute at a high level.
Offensively, this is a Central team that's been rolling with a good mix of pass and run. What does your defense have to do to slow down that 1-2 punch of Griffin Hall and Cooper Reeves?
Yeah, just got to understand situational football, pick up tendencies, play fast, and then obviously we have to tackle. We got to keep them in front, and just find ways to get off the field, whether that's getting a fumble or getting an interception or having really good hands on the D-line, so we get a holding call, just stuff like that. Just find ways to get off the field and keep them in front and just really understand situational football.
Defensively, what are some of the biggest challenges that you feel like Central presents, and where does your offense need to be sharp this week?
Yeah, they're extremely fast. They play hard. They're going to get different looks in the back end. And they're going to send different pressures. And so we got to do a really good job communicating, a really good job of just understanding the look that we're getting and just play assignment sound and take care of the football. Number one, we got to take care of the football and then stay balanced offensively. And we felt like we moved the ball pretty good on them last time, but we didn't finish at times. Then we didn't win the time of possession. So that's a big thing for us. We got to hold the ball longer, do a much better job of staying on schedule and play penalty free.
Obviously, everyone knows, the history of this matchup and kind of the allure behind it. These are also kids that have been playing with and against each other in all sports since they were growing up as kids. How big does, kind of just the emotional impact of a game like this play? And, how critical is it to kind of rein that in and keep that in check?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We just got to focus on each other. Don't worry about the other team that we're playing. Just build each other up and just play together like we've been preaching about. We've been preaching, play together, be disciplined, and play physical. And we've been doing that a really good job the second half of the season. And the penalties have been a lot better, whether that's holding or pass interference, whatever it is. We played a lot cleaner, and so that needs to be a big thing this Friday. Is we can't afford to be in, 1st and 20 or give up a 3rd and 12 on defense with a pass interference or something like that.
Well, and last thing for you here, Coach, I know we've talked about a lot of the finer points here, but if you boil it all down, what are the biggest keys to the game to pull off another big playoff win and roll on to the Final Four next week?
Yeah, we got to run the ball, and we got to finish in the red zone, and then defensively, we got to find ways to get off the field.
Sounds good. Well, Coach Ozores, thank you so much for your time, sir, and best of luck to your Cougars tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Once again, that was Christian Ozores, head coach of the Salina South Cougars. We will step away, but when we return, pregame rolls on. You are watching the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. It's presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
Kurt here from Abilene Termite and Pest Control. We can't control pests like that unemployed 25-year-old living in your basement, but the creepy crawly ones are our specialty. From Salina to Manhattan, Clay Center to Hillsboro, and everywhere in between. We've been locally owned and here for you since 1951, offering great service, a firm handshake, and no long-term contracts. Visit AbileneTermite.com or find us on Facebook. I'm Kurt Phillips, and we'll keep the bugs out for you.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
Take the next step in your career with an MBA from Kansas Wesleyan and the Saline County MBA Scholarship. This opportunity is good for anyone living or working in Saline County and is valid for $100 off every MBA credit hour, lowering the total cost of the degree to around $12,000. Don't wait, the next session starts January 21st. Learn more today at kwu.edu/MBA. That's kwu.edu/MBA.
I'm Ryan Arms, your mortgage loan originator at Equity Bank here in Salina, Kansas. I'm a lifelong Salina resident here to tell you our bank can offer you mortgage and refinance options with terms designed for you. Why leave our community when you can choose the bank that never forgets it's your money? With 2 locations in town on Ohio Street and Santa Fe Avenue, there's no better time to apply online, in person, or over the phone. Learn more at equitybank.com, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Back here on the pregame show as we get ready for one of the biggest games in the state this week between Salina Central and Salina South. We are joined by Mustang head coach Mark Sambo. And Coach, first and foremost, congratulations on your big win last week, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
So your team rolls into this quarterfinal. You're 9-1. You just dismantled Topeka West and Goddard by a combined 76 points. What has impressed you most in what you've seen from your guys here in the postseason specifically?
Yeah, we talk about November football and playing our best, and I think we're playing really well right now. We're playing really fast, really confident, really intentional, really physical on both sides of the ball. We're doing the little things on the offensive side of the ball, and we're doing little things on the defensive side of the ball, including turning the ball over. So, I think that's a big reason why those scores were maybe the spread they were, and that's tough to do. That was a response to a team that played us 35-28, really 2 weeks before that, and then to go hang 32 and, really have them at 26. there are some aspects that we can clean up to remove that, but I'm sure Goddard would say some things the same. But, to be able to beat them like that, I think says how locked in our kids were.
Well, and offensively, I mean, you have a unit that's been very tough to stop. You've scored 40 or more 6 times this year, 60 or more 3 times this year. A lot of it revolves around, the combo of guys you have in the backfield, and I wanted to talk about him individually. Griffin Hall looks more comfortable in his first year in a starter than I think a lot of guys around the state. 32 total touchdowns is incredible, but just 2 turnovers is outstanding. What has stood out to you most watching him here in his first season as a starter?
Yeah, he's a leader. He's just a dude. He's a great decision maker. We put a lot on the shoulders of our quarterbacks in our system and our program, and he makes a lot of good decisions. And then he can work off script. If it's not on schedule, he's really dynamic. Probably the most dynamic quarterback we've had in our system, not just here at Salina Central, but at Dodge City too. So he's really nifty when we got to work off schedule, and he usually makes good things happen more often than not when doing that. But his decision making, his leadership, his calm, his ability to study, he knows what we want to do. He's smart enough. He could change protections. He could call it if he wanted. He could call the play. Might get to that next year for him, but he's really good.
Most teams would be happy to have a 1,000-yard rusher. You've got a 2,000-yard rusher in Cooper Reeves, 21 rushing touchdowns on the year. If you take Cooper and the O-line as kind of a package deal, what has made the run game so effective this season?
Yeah, I think we're feathering close to 3,000 yards rushed this year with Coop and Griff. Pretty hand in hand there. That Cooper's above 2,000. I think Griff's at just shy of 800, but. Yeah, they've been fantastic, and it all starts up front. We have a fantastic offensive line. When they step off the bus, they look the part, and they are the part. Obviously, there's a lot of noise about Caden, and understandably, he's one of the top tier offensive linemen in the state, being a Power 5 guy and a KU commit. But then we also have Warwick Van Blaricon at right tackle, who we feel like is a projected Power 5 guy, FCS guy, who's really incredible. And then we have guys up front that are really big and that can play at the next level. Sajan Mills, a senior, played center for us last year, is playing right guard for us this year. He's an NAI caliber type of offensive lineman, physical. He's not 6'4", 6'5" like those other guys, but 6'1", 265 pounds, and loves to play physical. I think Cooper would credit those guys, but Cooper's a big part of that too. You can be really good up front, and if you're just average in the backfield, it's obviously not going to be 2,000 yards rushing for the year. But Cooper's a load to bring down. Old I-back, very physical, one-cut guy. If he gets to second and third level, it looks like a freight train coming down on you.
Well, here we are. Salina has waited a long time for this. This will be the 7th time that South and Central have met in the playoffs. It's the first time in over 21 years. I know as a team you have to approach this game like any other, but at the same time, I mean, how special is a matchup like this so deep into the playoffs for these teams, these kids in this community?
Extremely special. We talk about pressure being a privilege. There's pressure in these types of games. We've been talking about it as opportunities. What an opportunity for you guys. What an opportunity for them to play in front of what we expect, maybe the biggest crowd at Salina Stadium in the last 20 years, arguably the biggest game in the last 20 years. Because when you put these two teams together, it's a big game. When you put these two teams together at the stakes they have, it's a huge game. And, we feel it with the text messages we're getting, hey, we're coming to the game. People telling us, stakeholders in the community, who's all coming to get classmates from 10 years ago that they haven't seen. It's a big deal, not just to our program, not just to our kids, but for all Central stakeholders. This game means the world to them.
I know it was week 1. That was a long time ago. Both teams have grown up and matured since then, and I know you can kind of throw it out the window if you want to, but, are there any meaningful takeaways from your first meeting with South that feel relevant to this rematch?
Yeah, we definitely throw that kind of, not necessarily throw it out the window, but, we're playing the team, not the record. And, they've taken some big steps from week 1. They've gotten better, but so have we. I mean, we've made some adjustments here and there, some personnel things that we think have cleaned things up that made us more effective. We've taken some big steps in the things that we want to do, and I think both programs, both squads, know what they do well, and they're going to be going about it at a fast click.
This is a South program that went 1-7 in the regular season, but even, despite the record, they look dangerous in spots. Now they've taken down 2 of the top teams in Class 5A. When you watch this newer version of the Cougars on film, where have you seen them grow the most from the first meeting between you two?
Yeah, I would call it a newer version. I would say they've been taking those steps that you would expect a good football program and a good team to take. After we played them week 1, we thought that could be a 5-3, that could be a 4-4 football team. Now, those 50-50s or those games maybe that they could have won, they just didn't. But, even as they move into the playoffs, sitting where they were sitting, they were a tough matchup. They were a good football team, and I can assure you they're not a 14, and now the whole entire state knows it.
Izzy Tellez and his receiving core have been huge for South during this entire run. How do you disrupt what the sophomore quarterback wants to do in the passing game and make sure he feels uncomfortable?
Yeah, I think, you got to mix up coverages on him. You got to confuse him a little bit. He's a pup, but he's a veteran pup now. He's got 10 games under his belt. He's a junior, not a sophomore anymore. He's making some good decisions. He's a good quarterback, but they also got weapons too. That if he feels a little uncomfortable, I think he puts a lot of trust in those guys to do one of 2 things: catch the ball and make sure it hits the ground. And the Myers kid and the Curtis kid, they can blow the top off of coverage. And Myers is dynamic. He can catch the ball short, he can catch it mid, and he can catch it deep, and he can take it to the house. But, then not to mention their back is a really dynamic back, and they've definitely had a focus of being able or wanting to run the football, which is expected of a good staff and a good program. You got to be able to run the football in November, and they're definitely trying to do that. So they've taken those normalcy steps, but we knew they were a good football team week 1.
Defensively, this is really where I think South might have grown the most. They held Andover to 20 points, Liberal to 16 over the last few weeks. How do you establish your offense early and make sure you can kind of get it rolling early and often?
Yeah, they're physical. They got good aspects of their defense for sure. They're back in their box. They hold a team like Andover to what they did is mighty impressive because that team ran up and down the field on us. Not one of our prouder moments or prouder games, but that's why you play the game, and the same can be said for this week. But we got to do what we do. I felt like we did some really good things against them week 1 that they're going to see and make some adjustments too. But physicality is going to be key. Discipline is going to be key. Execution with physicality is going to be critical for us.
Well, and last thing for you here, Coach, this is, like you said, we're expecting a college-type game day atmosphere here, people from all over the county, people coming back to Salina to watch this game. It's a rivalry game. We know these kids have played against each other in all sports all growing up. How big is keeping emotions in check and, kind of handling the moment and the atmosphere in a game like this?
Yeah, emotions are tough, especially, emotions are tough for a 40-year-old. They're definitely going to be tough for a 15 to 18-year-old kid, but we've talked about it a lot. We've talked about your mental preparation, what you need to do to put yourself in that right mindset, and then what you need to do in preparation of what's in front of you, the job in front of you. And, it takes some time, but usually about 3 to 5 snaps into it or getting knocked on your can or knocking somebody on their can, you're good to go and in the flow of the game. But at the beginning, it's going to be emotional. It's going to be energetic. The team that's disciplined, a team that can control that is definitely going to have an advantage at the beginning.
Well, Coach Sambo, thank you so much for your time, sir, and best of luck to your Mustangs here tonight.
I appreciate it, Tyler. Thanks for all the support.
Once again, that was Mark Sambo, head coach of the Central Mustangs. We will step away, but when we come back, the Game of the Year pregame rolls on. You're watching the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. It's presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
Lilypad Septic, this is Callie. How can I help you flush today?
I just moved out here. I have no idea how this septic stuff works.
Totally normal. You're used to city sewer, right?
Yep, no idea what I'm doing.
Let me get you Flush the Frog. Call!
On it, Callie.
Flush the freakishly fast frog!
I'll hop right over. Most folks don't realize you've got to pump your tank out at least every 3 to 5 years, sir, or it backs up fast.
Is that why my toilet's gurgling?
Yep, you've got your own private sewage system now. And if you don't take care of it, well, let's just say it gets messy.
Thanks, Flush. Make sure Callie gives you a kiss when you get back.
Will do, sir.
At Lily Pad Septic, we guarantee to inspect your septic system within 24 hours.
Or your next pump out's free.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
LilyPadSeptic.com.
We'll be there in a splash.
Now, about that kiss.
And now back to the football action with your game of the week.
Hello, everyone, and welcome in to Salina Stadium. Tyler Henry, Brooks Garrettson. Brooks, I have not seen a high school game day atmosphere like this in a long time, maybe ever. You and I are in for a special treat. It is a Mayor's Cup matchup for a ticket to the Final Four in Class 5A. Two faded rivals and a game that should deliver on the promise. Before we get into this, your initial thoughts here as we approach kickoff.
Man, my oh my, Tyler, what an exciting week it's been ever since both schools of Salina knew Mayor's Cup 2.0 was coming back to Salina Stadium on the brand new carpet that they laid out this summer. Brand new fresh AstroTurf for two foes to face off yet again. Can it get any better than this, folks? This feels like Friday Night Lights. This feels like a movie, and it's coming to us right here from Salina.
Well, and it really is. I mean, you look at the way that these two teams got here, right? This is a Salina Central team that a lot of people expected to be here. They had a disappointing season a year ago, but they come back out. They've got one of the best passers in the state. They've got one of the best runners in the state. They rolled through the regular season to 7-1. They rolled through their first couple of playoff opponents, and they were probably expecting to see some combination of Andover and Liberal on the other side. All of a sudden, you're looking across and you're saying, wait a minute, I know those guys. That's the school from across town, and that's because this is a South team that has pulled off the unthinkable. You look at what they've done the last couple of weeks. After going 1-7 in the regular season, after winning just 5 games in a 6-season span, Salina South eliminates Andover in an upset, and they proved it was no fluke last week, Brooks, when they knocked off Liberal 22-16. This is a South team that has been so close to doing something special. We just didn't expect that it was going to be here in the playoffs.
Yeah, and who could have, Tyler? When you look at their record, they just got that one win over Campus. And Campus, they've kind of had a down year this season. I don't mean to hate on Campus, of course, but let's just be frank. Let's be serious. Salina South, they gave them a good spanking, 55-6. And then Salina South, they get a tough draw. First week of playoffs, they have to go down to Andover, Kansas, and face the Trojans. And the Trojans were the ones that came up to Salina, and they gave Salina Central the home team in maroon tonight. Both teams are home, of course, because we are playing in Salina, but Salina Central, having the higher seed, has the home stands and the home jerseys tonight. I digress. Salina Central got beat by Andover 48-21. South did not care. They went down to the Trojan Palace, and they snuck out of there with a 24-20 win. And then they go all the way out to southwest Kansas. You could throw a stone into Oklahoma, New Mexico, Colorado if you're standing in Liberal. And they beat the Redmen 22-16. And now they get to return all the way back to their hometown to face the Mustang foe. What a huge turnaround for Salina South to get themselves back in the chance to reclaim the cup.
Something stood out to me in my pregame interviews with both coaches. They said all week long they have been getting phone calls from players from the 99 team, from the 2000 team, 01, 02, 03, 04, 05. People are flying in for this game from California, from Texas, from Colorado, you name it. People remember what it was like when the road to a 5A title ran through Salina, and this season, it runs through Salina once again. We got a lot of great sponsors making this game possible, but a quick reminder that Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance is your presenting sponsor tonight. Local Salina Shelter Insurance Agency is at the corner of Cloud and Ohio. The Cougars won the toss. They defer to the second half, and that means Salina Central will put the offense on the field first. It's the sectional round of the 5A state playoffs, and it's underway as Salina South will blast it into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Salina Central offense. They have been a machine this season, averaging 44 points a game, 460 yards of total offense. Let's meet the starters for the Mustangs. At quarterback, it's junior Griffin Hall. His inaugural season has been spectacular as he has 32 touchdowns to just 2 turnovers on the year. Joining him in the backfield is a 2,000-yard rusher in Cooper Reeves, his favorite wideouts, Bodie Rodriguez, Keaton Smith, and Gannon Cole, and the offensive line from left to right, Caden Snyder, Reese Kelly, Parker Pink, Sejan Mills, and Warwick Van Blaricon. Shotgun set on first down, a handoff to Reeves. He's up the middle, he's got a burst of speed, and Cooper Reeves is going to take this ball all the way to the 30. Just like the first meeting between these two began, it's an explosive run for Cooper Reeves, and Central is already in South territory just one play into this game.
Yeah, my oh my, Tyler. Cooper Reeves just swinging for the fences to start this thing off. Green sea parted right down the middle, inside zone, easy pickings, and Reeves turns on the gas.
Hall back in the shotgun. It's 1st and 10. Design quarterback run. Hall up the left side. He'll fall ahead for a gain of 6, and let's meet the starting defense for Salina South. In the trenches, Corbin Beeson, Connor Riley, and Devin Matthews. Your starting linebackers, Rashawn Jones, Maddox Gerard, Gabe Wheelbarger, and Jackson Anthony. Starting cornerbacks, Caden Stauffer and Jalen Cheeks. And the starting safeties, Kobe Henley and Landon Huffman. Central back in the shotgun. It's a 2nd down and short. The handoff is to Reeves. He's up the middle. He breaks 2 tackles and then front flips ahead to the 10-yard line. It's a big gain of 12, and the ground game established here early, Brooks.
Yeah, 3 strong runs for the Mustang to start things off quickly, and they're knocking on the end zone's door.
Shotgun snap. It's 1st down and goal. The give is to Reeves. He will fall ahead as he is met at the line of scrimmage, but still manages to gain a couple of yards. Reeves is a load to bring down. 205 pounds, a state wrestling champion, and when he gets downhill, Brooks, I wouldn't want to be trying to tackle him.
Yeah, no doubt. That was Maddox Goddard for Salina South, getting back there and making that initial contact. He has 64 total tackles on the season. Look for him to be the answer to stop Reeves. That's the middle linebacker, number 9 for Salina South.
Yep, a great tackle by Gerard as he picks it up in options for the Central Mustangs. They've gone to the ground on every play so far. This time they've got 2 backs stacked to the right of Hall. He'll take the snap, keeps it up the middle, tripped up, but he stays on his feet. And Griffin Hall and the Mustang offense will strike first here at Salina Stadium.
Well, it's 5 strong run plays for the Mustangs. First by Cooper Reeves with a huge chunk to start things off. And then they mix in Griffin Hall a handful of times to knock on the door quickly and establish a strong lead with only 10:03 here to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, that did not take long, and a South defense that's been playing much better as of late has some work to do. The PAT is up. The PAT is good, and the Central Mustangs take a 7-0 lead to start this game. A reminder, coverage of this contest is presented by Kelly Kitchener Agency of Shelter Insurance, 2023's Kansas Agency of the Year. Let their team work for you. We'll step away briefly. We are back in 30 seconds. This is the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week on Salina Post and NFHS Network.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Welcome back to the action. Tyler Henry and Brooks Garrettson, a short kick. It'll be fielded at about the 25-yard line, looking for a run back lane up to the 37, and that will bring the South offense onto the field. They have to answer quickly here, and let's meet the squad for the Cougars. Your quarterback, it's sophomore Izzy Tellez in his first season at the helm, 2,140 yards, 22 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. Your running back is Armani Redmond. Top receivers, Jackson Myers, Jay Curtis, and Jackson Kitchener. And then the offensive line from left to right for the Cougars consists of Austin Kraft, Lawrence Underwood, Armando Franco, Simon Flores, and Darius Morton. First down and 10 from the shotgun. A handoff to Redmond. He'll bowl ahead to the 40-yard line, a gain of about 4. And with that, let's meet the defense for this Salina Central Mustang squad. They will put in the trenches Connor Carter, Kittrell Johnson, and Ryan Callahan. Your linebackers are Grant Osmeyer, Jesus Delgado, Grayton Gross, and Abram Owings. Starting corners, Corey Saraki and Trey Wise. And your starting safeties are Jeremiah Smith and Alex Garcia. Second down and 6 for the Cougars. Looking to answer here on their first drive and also looking to establish the run. It's a dive forward for Armani Redmond, who's got enough for the first down. Brooks, that's going to be key. This is a South team that definitely leans on the pass, but you as a football guy know better than anyone. You've got to establish the run first to open it up.
Yes, absolutely, Tyler. Could not have said it better myself, and both teams understand that, and they're trying to do that with their first offensive series of this game. You see Salina South using 11 personnel. That's one tight end and one running back. That tight end, Isaiah Fox, getting down in there and helping out his O-lineman and giving a good running lane for the running back, Redmond.
8:52 to go. We'll see if the Cougars want to open up the passing game. It's 1st and 10. They go back to Redmond up the middle. This time he will find 2 yards. So it's another short gain, but doing a good job so far as his team keeping it on the ground here. Another thing with this Central offense, with as good as it is, if you're South, you want to try to limit the number of possessions in this game and kind of grind this to a halt if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. When you have the electric playmakers on Central's offensive side of the ball, best thing to keep that electricity at bay, don't turn the switch on. Don't give them that ball back. Take control. You can see Salina South taking some play clock and wanting to wind down the play and control this game.
That's one of our big new image audio keys to the game. It's another handoff to Redmond, who's stacked up at the line. He got 2 yards again, but the Central defense standing tall. And Brooks, let's go ahead and get into our new image audio keys to the game here. For South, it feels like just what we talked about. Extend these drives and keep it going. What are your keys to the game for Central?
Well, Central, maintain that dominance. You've already proven that you're the better team this year. You have a fantastic record. They've done so with having an electric first series. They scored in 2 minutes. Now their defense needs to find a way to get their offense the ball back.
4 plays for the Cougars, all of them on the ground. Shotgun set for Izzy Tellez, and here's our first flag of the game. Brooks, penalties always play such a crucial role in these games, and we have seen it get really ugly between these two, but you got to keep your wits about you in a game this meaningful. Let's see what the call is, and it will be a false start against the Cougars. That's going to back them up 5 yards, and Brooks, that is crucial.
Yeah, that's our first penalty of the night, folks, and like Tyler Henry mentioned, it is extremely important to not become your own foe. You're already battling a great team out of Salina Central, so Cougars need to mind their P's and Q's, but both teams need to be extremely careful tonight as it could come down to one play.
It's 3rd and 12. They'll spread it out. This has been the territory of Jackson Myers and Jay Curtis, the 2 leading wide receivers for South. Tellez back to pass for the first time. He fires right side, has a receiver, still on his feet, up to the 28-yard line. Jay Curtis. Boy, he has been stellar all season long, and a gain of 22 for Curtis on Tellez's first completion of the day.
Yeah, Jay Curtis hit Kobe Saraki with the slow go. That's the slant go, and he just convinced the DB that he was going to settle right inside at about 4 yards and then turned on the jets. And his quarterback, Izzy Tellez, put the ball right on the money, just over the cornerback and right before the safety. And Jay Curtis kept those legs turning, trying to get more yards.
The passing game has been lethal for South this season. They will send a man in motion. Back to the ground they go. A handoff up the gut. That's Armani Redmond. He finds another 2 yards, maybe 3. And I like this because you're forcing Central to respect the run. That's really going to free things up. And Brooks, you can also catch them off guard if you keep doing this.
Yes, absolutely. You see Salina South, they have 4 runs to 1 pass so far this series. And that 1 pass came and got them out of that penalty deficit that they had. So just trying to keep the Mustangs honest and keep your playbook on whatever you might need it for that situation.
Following the gain of 3, it'll be 2nd down and 7. Tellez in the gun, takes the snap. He wants to go to the air, has a wide open receiver. It's almost intercepted. Boy, that could have been a crucial turnover as Central lurking in the secondary, but a blown assignment as Giles Montoy was open over the middle. They could not link it up to him, but Brooks, the template on how to beat Central was established by Andover. It's this: keep the offense on the field, and they are eating clock. 5:45 left to go in the first quarter after a very quick Central drive.
Yes, absolutely, Tyler. Andover just held on to that football the entire game, suffocated Central in having any type of play clock.
This is a crucial 3rd down and 7. Redmond to the right side of Tellez. He'll fire it, looking for Curtis, who makes one man miss. Puts the football on the ground. It's out of bounds. He is shy of the line to gain. Give him 6 yards on the gain. Nothing lost on the fumble. And the first big decision to be made for Coach Ozores. Brooks, it's 4th down. In a game this big, you feel like you got to go for this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You see Coach Ozores not even flinching. He wants to change his personnel a little bit, but is definitely going to roll the dice this time. That tackle made that previous play, that's Jesus Delgado. He's already has a handful tonight, and expect his name to be called many more times as he has 109 tackles on the year already.
It is 4th down and 2. They wanted to go quickly, but we've got whistles and a stoppage before they can get started as Salina South calls their first timeout. They want to take their time and make sure they get this right. And that gives us a chance to remind you that coverage of this game is brought to you in part by Equity Bank. Saving money isn't easy. Let Equity Bank be your money-saving partner. Simply sign up for AutoSave, and every time you use your Equity Bank debit card, they'll automatically round up to the nearest dollar and transfer that money directly into your savings account. Small change adds up to big savings. Equity Bank, making saving money just a little bit easier because it's your money. Member FDIC. Brooks, this is a crucial play right here for Salina South. You've got to get this right, and I love the call here from Coach Ozores. Call your timeout, make sure you get it. I mean, picking this up on 4th down could very well be the difference between turning it over and potentially getting a touchdown. Not on this play, but eventually.
Yes, absolutely, Tyler. It could come down to a 14-point swing here. And Salina South still has that offense out there.
Let's see what they want to do. It's Tellez in the shotgun. They showed designed quarterback run last time around. It's 4th down and 1, and they'll run it again. Tellez springs free. He is up the gut, still on his feet. Down now at about the 8-yard line, and that's not Tellez. That's a wildcat look with Landon Huffman.
Yeah, Huffman takes the ball himself, and he follows his Cougar buddies in front of him, and now the Cougars are knocking on Mustang's front door.
Gain of 12 for Huffman, and Huffman, if I'm not mistaken, is still in the game. They will direct snap it up the middle and a touchdown for Salina South. Armani Redmond takes the direct snap right up the gut. Everybody was focused on the motion man in Huffman, and the Cougars respond.
Well, folks, can you be surprised at all? Salina South has been rolling this postseason, and they are fighting right back. They've been mixing in a lot of different things there. As you saw, 2 running backs in the backfield with Landon Huffman and Armani Redmond mixing it up and driving it down.
PAT, these will be crucial tonight. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Coach Ozores goes to the bag of tricks, and this quarterfinal game is tied. We will step away. Coverage of the Mayor's Cup in the playoffs is presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
Come home for the holidays at Arrow Plains Townhomes in Salina. Brand new 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom homes with over 1,500 square foot for only $229,000. Storm shelter, 2-car garage, solid surface countertops included, sod, landscape, and sprinkler already installed. Plus $5,000 holiday cash on the last 8 homes in Phase 1. Take $5,000 cash or get a $5,000 credit for closing costs. You choose. Buy now and be in your new home in time for the holidays. Learn more at arrowplainsks.com.
Welcome back to Salina Stadium. Coverage of this game is presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance. We thought we were in for a good one before we got here. I think that's been established now. South will kick this off. It's a 7-7 ball game, 5:10 left to go. This will be returnable, and Central will take it out from the 10-yard line. Looking for room up the middle, up to about the 28-yard line. A solid return for Bodie Rodriguez, and here comes the Central offense. Obviously, for South to have a chance tonight, they're going to have to stop the running game. But, Brooks, that's easier said than done when you're playing a team whose starting tailback has over 2,000 rushing yards. And, oh, yeah, by the way, the starting quarterback has 700 rushing yards on the year.
Yeah, it's a tall task, but you have to answer that bell. Salina Central scored quickly, 5 plays in 2 minutes. Salina South dragged it out when they had a 7-minute drive.
First down and 10. It's another handoff to Reeves. This time he is stopped shy. It's a 5-yard gain, ironically, his shortest of the day. That's what happens when you go for 60 and 12 on your first 2 touches, Brooks.
Yeah, it always helps. Central looking to work quickly, as they usually do.
Yeah, Central, I mean, they feel like they have probably the better football team overall, is cutting it to the inside. That'll be enough to pick up the first down. It's a gain this time of 6 yards for Cooper Reeves. But like I said, I think we're going to see South try and shorten the game a little bit, cut down the possessions, and burn some clock. For Central, they're just going to go out and play their game tonight, Brooks.
Yes, absolutely. They just want to hit you where they think the holes are, read the defense, and take what it gives them. That is Coach Sambo's approach.
Well, and Coach Sambo's had success. He is 7-1 against Salina South in his tenure here. 1st and 10, another handoff, bouncing it to the outside, cutting it up now on the sideline, trucking a defender at the 50-yard line. It's an 11-yard gain for Cooper Reeves, and the All-State Wrestling standout just trucked a safety in the secondary.
Yeah, Reeves doing Reeves things. Just keeping the offense moving, finding another way to move the chains. South trying to find an answer, rotating some defensive linemen, and trying to hold down within that box.
1st and 10 from the 49. It's another give to Reeves. He wants to cut it to the outside, still on his feet, taking on linebackers up to the 45. Most guys there are down for a gain of maybe 2. Reeves turns it into a gain of 6, and we've got a couple of guys slow to get up as we sort it all out. But boy, Reeves just wears on people. That's what Coach Sambo told us pregame. Eventually, you just get tired of tackling the guy.
Yeah, Reeves, he just has a motor that won't quit, and he just continues to follow his blockers. Noah Peck right there, the senior tight end, just setting a good edge, and then he steps in right under that block and is able to keep cutting up.
Must be nice to have a motor that doesn't quit, Brooks.
Yeah, it really is.
Shotgun set here for Griffin Hall. We'll see if they go back to Reeves, and they will. He is still looking to break this to the outside. He'll fall forward. It's a gain of about 1. South is corralling him, but boy, he is just so dangerous. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is a statement drive for Central. If they can run the ball all the way down the field with nobody but Reeves, I mean, they're probably going to do that here.
Yeah, they would be content with it and not to shy away from it, but you still have to contain and not let someone beat you over top. Griffin Hall will let it hurt.
Big 3rd down for the Mustangs. Reeves hurdling a defender. He is ahead. It's a gain of 3, but that's all they needed. And another 1st down for the Mustangs, who have not attempted a pass in this game.
Yeah, and have not handed the ball to any other person other than the kid wearing number 12, Cooper Reeves, this series.
Boy, he's easy to spot. He's a big boy. You're like, man, what's that tight end doing in the backfield? 6 foot, 205, and just finding ways to get downhill. This time, they do run the play action. They want to fire it out near side. They've got a receiver here on the near side numbers, breaking it to the outside. A stiff arm up to the 25-yard line. It's Gannon Cole, who hauls it in for a gain of 16, and the Mustangs move the sticks again on their first passing play of the day.
Yeah, it's a tunnel screen designed to Gannon Cole as he follows the blocks of Caden Snyder and Reese Kelly. That's the left tackle and left guard going out and giving him some support. And he finally is wrangled down by linebacker and cornerback Landon Huffman and Jalen Cheeks.
2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's a designed quarterback run. Griffin Hall will take it up the left side. He will be stopped, but not before he picks up 4. And the Mustangs right back to the ground after utilizing play action.
Yeah, Salina Central loves to go to just the quarterback run after a big play, Tyler. It's real simple. You got 10 guys in front. You snap it to Griffin, and Griffin follows the herd of Staines. And it's real effective if you can get a big chunk play before and the defense is still huffing and puffing. This time, Salina South wrangles him quickly and only allows about 3.
1:25 left to go first quarter. Hall takes the snap. It's another give to Reeves. Boy, all sorts of space for Cooper Reeves, who goes ahead for a gain of 4. And Brooks, a lot of credit must be given to this offensive line as they say move the chains. There are some big boys on this O-line, including one that'll be playing D1 football in the Big 12 next year.
Yeah, Caden Snyder committed to KU. He will graduate in December and head out to Lawrence to start spring training and spring ball come this spring semester.
Jesus Delgado, the team's leading tackler, is in as an additional blocker on the left side of the line. Shotgun snap. Let's see if that's where they go, and they will. It's a handoff, and Reeves had the Red Sea parted up the middle. He can backwalk into the end zone, and a touchdown for the Mustangs. The first of the day for Reeves, and the second for the run game.
And the Mustangs just continue to keep the ball on the carpet and find a way to get into that maroon end zone on the north side of Salina Stadium. Only one pass that time. It was to Gannon Cole to set him up inside the red zone, and they let Reeves do the rest.
PAT is up, and the PAT is good. 14-7, the lead for the Salina Central Mustangs, and a chance for us to thank a few sponsors of this game, including Abilene Termite and Pest Control, serving Salina and Saline County, and Kansas Wesleyan's MBA Scholarship. Learn more at kwu.edu/MBA Scholarship. Also want to remind you that the Kansas State High School Activities Association conducts official rules, meetings, training clinics, and workshops throughout the state with a view towards providing a sound educational experience for all athletes. For more information on becoming an official in any sport, contact the Acacia at 785-273-5329. Well, Brooks, no stops so far. I mean, the way this game is going, it might be who blinks first.
Yeah, it might be who blinks first or who has the ball last. Man, my oh my. Don't expect Salina South to blink. Expect them to find an answer right here.
Central kicked short last time. They kicked long this time, and it's muffed back at the 5-yard line. Picked up by the Cougar returner, and all of a sudden there's all sorts of space on the near sideline. He is taken down, but not before he gets up to the 32. Boy, sometimes on special teams, Brooks, you just get a little bit of over pursuit, and I think that's what happened to Central because it took so long to develop. He had a lot of room to run.
Yeah, no doubt he did. Giles Montoy, when he found it, and he took off. That's a great return given where he got the ball and given how long it took for him to pick up that football. Salina South will start their drive on the 32-yard line.
36 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Then we'll flip fields and reset the action. Time for a few more plays. Handoff Armani Redmond. He is still finding his way. Boy, he's slippery through the middle. 5 yards for Redmond that time. He looks like an undersized back, Brooks, but sometimes that just means you don't have to open up as big of a hole for the guy.
Yeah, right you are. Just all heart in Redmond there. As Armani Redmond keeps those legs turning and fighting against the great tackler, Jesus Delgado. He picks up about 5.
If the Cougars don't want to run a play before the end of the quarter, they won't have to, and it looks like they are content to take this 7-point deficit into the second quarter. that will bring us to the end of quarter number 1. It has lived up to the hype so far. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, and a 14-7 Salina Central lead at the end of the first quarter. This is the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Year, and it's brought to you by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance right here on Salina Post and the NFHS Network.
Ready, set, forward at Law MacArthur in Salina. Just announced 0% on brand new F-150s. Over 100 trucks in stock with 0% for 60 months. Plus, no payments until February of next year. Including new F-150s from Roush and Law MacArthur Performance, 0% for 60 months. Hurry, this offer expires soon with 0% on new F-150s. Find the perfect vehicle for you at Law MacArthur on the south side of Salina or lawmacarthur.com.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Right into second quarter action, a handoff to Redmond, and he will take it ahead to the 45-yard line. A gash gain on second down, and a great play there, Brooks, with excellent blocking to open the second quarter here for the South run game.
Fantastic block work that time from the Cougars, allowing Redmond Armani to get a huge gain there as he followed his right guard pulling to the left, Simon Flores, who was just being a leading wrecking ball for Redmond.
This might be a short game for us, Brooks, the way that South is running clock. I mean, it's a good strategy, but you got to make sure you keep up. Here's another designed direct snap. This time, though, it is read well. Redmond is only going to get 2 yards out of it as they tried the fake again, but the Salina Central Mustang defense all over it that time.
Yeah, that's great and Gross getting back there and making a good tackle before Armani Redmond could keep his treks going and pick up more yards.
Graydon Gross, of course, the younger brother of Gunnar Gross, legendary Salina Central starting quarterback from the last deep playoff run. Remember, the Mustangs were stopped here in the sectional round by Great Bend the last time they got here. So Central looking to take it one step further to the semifinals next week. South is going to have a little something to say about that. Armani Redmond breaks it into the second level again, a gain of 6 on second down. And that'll make this 3rd and 2 very manageable for the Cougars. I have been impressed, Brooks, with their run game tonight.
Yes, no doubt, Tyler. That was Michael Gunderson, big man number 70, nearly taking Armani Redmond to the ground in the backfield. But Redmond, like you said, Tyler, that small frame, it's honestly an advantage for that athlete in that number 1 jersey down there in white and green as he just continues to slip by, keep his legs turning, and find ways to get more yards for the Cougars.
5'8", 160 pounds, and he has already toed the rock 10 times. The crowd makes some noise. They fake the toss. It's a design quarterback keeper as Izzy Tellez takes it right up the middle. I don't think he got it. Brooks, the Central defense is motioning that they've got the stop, but the far side official says move the chains.
Yes, as does the near side official. And we hear from our white hat the result of the play is forward progress before the stop. And you hear a lot of boos and groans from everyone in maroon tonight.
You think Izzy Tellez doesn't want this, Brooks? He has taken 5 designed quarterback runs this year. That was his 6th of the season.
Yeah, and I mean, he's only a sophomore, so not the guy they love to have run the rock, but pass the rock.
Central has to get set here as South hurries up to the line. They liked what they saw. They will give it to Redmond, and he will truck forward again, they say this time, for another gain of 4, and they will continue to eat away the clock. 9:15 remaining. What South is doing here is working very effectively. Having this game plan is one thing, executing it is another.
Yes, absolutely, Tyler. And like you saw there, South got up to the line and they ran a play very quickly. That's the first time they've really done that tonight outside of the Wildcat package earlier.
This will be a crucial 2nd and long. They want to go to the air, taking a deep shot, looking for the end zone. It's deflected and knocked out of the night sky. That is excellent defensive coverage, step for step down the sideline. It was Corey Siraki who prevents the catch as the South Cougars were looking to get that to Jay Curtis.
Yeah, Jay Curtis already has one reception on the night for 33 yards on that quick slant go that he got by Siraki, but Siraki with him stride for stride that time. Izzy Tellez could have put a little more air under that ball, but it's great coverage from Siraki to make it a 3rd and long.
It is 3rd down and 7. The Cougars have to have it, and a timeout is called as Salina South wants to take a moment and talk this over. A reminder, this game is presented by the Kelly Kitchener Agency, your local Salina Shelter Insurance Agency at the corner of Cloud and Ohio Street. And Brooks, it's early in the game. South is only down a score, but there are 2 factors that make this feel important to me. Number 1, Central has not been stopped. They have not even been close to stop. This offense is rolling. And number 2, South has a game plan that is designed for them to be within a score. You have to abandon that if things change. So does this already feel like 4-down territory potentially to you?
Great breakdown, Tyler. And because of South's game plan and trying to keep this thing within reach, I would say yes, it absolutely is. Listen, it's lose or go home. You cannot take your chances with trying to get 3 points or trying to punt it away and play the game of field positioning. You have to play the game of we need to score more points. We need to find a way to win this ball game.
And you trust your offense if they have to throw Izzy Tellez. I mean, that's been their game all season long. So they're going to have a chance here. It is 3rd down and 7. We'll see if they elect to go for it if they don't pick it up. Tellez back to the air here. He has a man firing. Whoa. That's miscommunication because he had Jackson Myers, it looked like, on a deep post route, Brooks. And, boy, if he hits him in stride over the middle, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, Jackson Myers, great route that time. Starting on the left side of the formation and then trying to work. He's at about the numbers and then trying to get inside to the hash. But Izzy Tellez leads him like he wants him to run towards the middle of the field instead of just right down that hash.
This is the epitome of house money for Salina South. A 1-7 regular season, and they're going to roll the dice here on 4th down and 7, and I love it. Tellez in the shotgun, 2-step drop, fires over the middle. This time he does not miss his man, and Jackson Myers takes it ahead for the 1st down. It's a gain of 17 for Jackson Myers, and the gamble pays off for Coach Ozores.
Jackson Myers coming into play right on time there. Salina South knew that they could expose Central through the pass, and that's exactly what they've tried to do after establishing that run behind Armani Redmond with a handful of runs to Landon Huffman as well. It's trying to strike things first here quickly in the air.
It's been a lot more of a pass-heavy drive. There's the ball on the deck. It pops back up in the air. We've got guys diving on it. There's a flag down on the near side. I mean, chaos across the board. A bad transfer. It looks like Redmond picked it up and then fell on it. But we'll have to check the laundry here as the ruling on the field is, yes, a fumble recovered by Salina South. But what is the penalty and which way are we going here?
So it's an illegal shift called against the Cougars. So that is the Cougars and the ball game's 2nd penalty of the night.
Yep, both penalties belong to the team in green and white. And we got to give Coach Sambo's squad a tip of the cap, Brooks, because last year, silly penalties were really what did them in. Remember, they finished 4-5.
Yes.
This year, they've tightened that up significantly, and it's a big part of the run that they've put together. 1st down and 15 for Salina South. Tellez back to pass, firing near side, broken up. A big hit delivered by safety Alex Garcia, and it's 2nd and 15 here for the Cougars.
Yeah, Alex Garcia making a touchdown-saving play there as Izzy Tellez was trying to put the ball right in the hands of his receiver, Cobley Henley. but just couldn't get that right in time. Henley was sitting on the goal line waiting for that football to get to him, but it just took a little too much time, and it gave Garcia enough space.
They will take it and hand it off to Redmond, trying to run it up the middle. It's not a bad play call, Brooks. You're trying to kind of ambush a team that expects you to pass, but that time the Central Mustang athletes up front, just too much to handle, and it's only a gain of 2 for Armani Redmond.
Yeah, it's just a fantastic job defensively by Jesus Delgado, Great and Gross, able to sift through their talented down linemen and make tackles.
Biggest play of the night. It's 3rd down and 13 here for South, and they're going to say they think they got somebody offsides there for Central, and they did. Michael Gunderson called offsides. They get the encroachment call, and that's a big one, Brooks, because that'll undo the illegal shift, and it's a lot easier to get it done as they move this ahead 5 yards here on what will be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, 3rd and 9 and 4th down territory here on the 16-yard line. South trying to find a way into that maroon end zone.
Jackson Myers lined up on the near side. That is where they are looking. Instead, they go on the little out route, and it is dropped. Bronx sitting the big tight end, could not haul it in, and it's 4th and 9.
Yeah, sitting trying to make that cut upfield just before that football is secured in all 10 digits. Just takes those eyes away from that pigskin, and it brings up a crucial 4th and 9 here for the Cougars.
They are going to keep the offense on. Nope. No, they are going to send out Easton Wilcox for the field goal. For Wilcox, this will be a 33-yard attempt to cut the lead down. Good snap. The kick is off. It's got the distance, and it is good. 33-yard field goal by Easton Wilcox, and that will cut the lead down to 4. It's a 14-10 ball game here in quarter number 2. We'll step away, be back in 30 seconds. This is the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week on Salina Post and NFHS.
Kurt here from Abilene Termite and Pest Control. We can't control pests like that unemployed 25-year-old living in your basement, but the creepy crawly ones are our specialty. From Salina to Manhattan, Clay Center to Hillsboro, and everywhere in between. We've been locally owned and here for you since 1951, offering great service, a firm handshake, and no long-term contracts. Visit AbileneTermite.com or find us on Facebook. I'm Kurt Phillips, and we'll keep the bugs out for you.
Back here at Salina Stadium, it is a 14-10 ball game. The Mustangs in the driver's seat. They'll get the football back, but South just continuing to burn clock. They're going to have 6.5 minutes left, and South will kick this away. That'll find its way back to the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Central offense. And Brooks, it has been so far so good for the Mustangs, who have not possessed the ball in this quarter, but 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points, and so far no answer for Cooper Reeves.
Yeah, it's just been a run attack for the Mustangs. Griffin Hall, 1 pass attempt, 1 completion. That was to Gannon Cole. Outside of that, it's been Cooper Reeves and a touch of Griffin Hall running that football and just keeping the Cougars trying to keep everything inside that box and continue to keep this thing a street fight.
Fully expecting at some point a big passing play, but when you've got a guy like Reeves who can stay on his feet, he's still on his feet, cutting it back to the inside, dragging a tackler down to the 42-yard line. It's a monster gain for Cooper Reeves. You can get 2 hands on him. Tackling him is another issue entirely, and the Mustangs are back in business.
Yeah, and that's why it's hard to stray away from it, Tyler. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they continue to give it Cooper Reeves. Devin Matthews for the Cougars finally brings him down.
An 18-yard gain for Cooper Reeves. 2 different guys had 2 hands on him, neither able to bring him down. This time it is a single back look. Not quite empty backfield. Reeves is still off to the left side. Now they'll motion him back into the shotgun. 2 receivers off to the left-hand side, 1 to the right. The give is to Reeves. He wants to take this near the sideline. He'll be pushed out of bounds following a short gain of 4. And yes, 4 yards is a short gain for Cooper Reeves.
Yeah, Reeves Knocked out of bounds that time by Rowan Riddick. And, South just trying to contain what is an all-star running back.
Cooper Reeves is averaging 10 yards a carry on the season. This time, it's a design keeper. Hall up the middle, has some room, and he's tripped up, but not before he gets to the 36-yard line. A big gain on the ground for Griffin Hall, and the rushing attack continues to pound away at the South defense.
Yeah, and that's what makes Griffin Hall so explosive. Everyone gets tunnel vision on Cooper Reeves. Linebackers start biting on that give, and just when you got everyone focused on number 12, number 7, Griffin Hall, pulls in and is able to pick up a first down himself.
Just under 6 minutes left to go here in quarter number 2. Another give to Reeves. Patiently waiting for the blocks to develop. He'll take on a defender, and he's up for another gain of 4 to the 34-yard line. But there is a flag down here on the near side.
Yeah, Cougar pursuit is getting better and better as this game goes on, Tyler, you have great tracking there from all 11 guys in white in rallying to Cooper Reeves on the sideline.
It looks like they might have. Okay, so it's a hold on Noah Peck. That is the first really costly penalty called against the Mustangs, and it'll be 10 yards from the spot. So that will bring up a first down and 20. And the crazy thing is, you feel like if they gave it to Reeves 3 times up the middle, they might just get it. South's defense is going to have to find a way to tighten up here, as right now the Mustangs are moving the football at will. First down and 20. They run that same designed run for Hall, who squirts out on the near side, and he will be taken down at the 37-yard line again, and here comes another late flag.
Yeah, that flag was thrown from the back judge about 20 yards away, but he saw something he didn't like as Griffin was following Caden Snyder and Noah Peck on that play on the designed quarterback keeper.
So back-to-back holds against Central wide receivers. The first one against Noah Peck, the second one against Bodie Rodriguez. And Brooks, the ironic thing is they're getting enough yardage on the play that they're not backing up that far. Well, now they're backing up that far. I spoke a touch too soon there. My goodness. Normally, Brooks, this is where I make a joke and say it's first down in the opponent's stadium to go, but these two teams share a stadium, and we're playing in it.
Yeah. You could say first on Crawford and yard to gain is Magnolia.
There you go. It's officially 1st and 30. What do you got in the playbook for this?
I think we might see Griffin Hall pass.
And we will. He will fire it out. There's that tunnel screen to Bodie Rodriguez, but it was blown up, and it goes for a very short gain. The Cougars all over it, and a big play for the South defense. Brooks, this is a great chance for South's defense to stand tall. 1st and 30. This is where you feel like you got to get off the field.
Yeah, and making that play yet again for the Cougars defense, that's Maddox Gerard.
They call it a gain of 2 to Bodie Rodriguez. Hall back to pass again. Flushed out of the pocket. He will throw it into the turf. And they must have said that there was a tight end close enough that there's no call for intentional grounding. Coach Sambo wants something else here. Both head coaches are fired up that there's not a flag for very different reasons.
Yeah, South fans wanting an intentional grounding. Central fans wanting a defensive pass interference as Reeves got tripped up.
Chance of defense from the far side stands. It's 3rd down and 28. And if you're the Cougars, you got to have a stop here. Well, that's not going to help, as we've got flags from all over the place. And in typical football fashion, linemen from both teams pointing and saying, he did it. No, he did it. Oh, my goodness. And it's a false start against the Mustangs. Brooks, I was just talking about how they've cut down on that. Now they've had a flag on their last 4 straight plays.
Yeah, I think we spoke a little too soon, Tyler, as Central is looking down a long third down barrel. It's 3rd and 33.
Yeah, what do you got in the playbook for 3rd and 33? I think Coach Sambo, wisely wants to call a timeout and talk about this. Things are getting messy in a big rivalry game here in Salina. They take a break. We'll take a break. We're back in 30 with more high school football action. 14-10, the lead for Salina Central. Coverage tonight presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in. It's a ruckus crowd here at Salina Stadium. Brooks, you pulled up the official capacity. We are well over that.
Yeah, official capacity of Salina Stadium, 7,000. By my count, we got about 850 here. 8,500, give or take. Let's call it that. Here's a big 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 33, and they will hand it off to Reeves. He is grabbed and dropped after a short gain of maybe 4 yards. And the South defense is going to turn Central over here with 4 minutes left to go.
Yeah, Rayshawn Jones, Gabe Wheelbarger, Maddox Garrard, you name it, they were there as the Cougars were able to stop Reeves that time on the 3rd and a mile.
Caden Stauffer.
Offense is still out there for Central, but mind this, Griffin Hall loves to pooch punt.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he has more punts on the team than anybody else.
Hall is not in the backfield.
And this will be one of those punts. South is prepared for it. Jackson Myers hauls it in back at the 10-yard line. He's got a cut-up lane, makes another man miss. Following his blockers, we've got a flag that flies on the near side. Myers is out of bounds at the 35, but we might have had an illegal blindside block, and we'll have to check the laundry.
That's a bad call, Tyler. I do not like that call at all. I understand the play. I've been around football all my life, folks. I played some college football, but that time, Salina South, Bronx Sitton got called with that blindside block, but Sitton got trucked that time as he was going against Parker Pinks. Parker Pinks?
No, Brooks, they're calling this holding. This is a hold on the return team. So they did not, and I'm with you.
Okay, good.
I do not like that blindside block. I do not like it on the chalk. I'm not going to go any further than that. But, yeah, they're going to call that against the Salina South Cougars. It is their 3rd penalty. Now you kind of got to go, right? 3:15 left to play. But think about this. South won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half. If they can take a score into the locker room, they'll have the lead and the football. It's game on here at Salina Stadium. Tellez in the shotgun. 1st down and 10. They want to go to the air, and they're looking for it all on 1st down, but it's incomplete. That is the 2nd time as we have a flag down on the near side that Jay Curtis was streaking down the sideline, open for a touchdown, and they just missed him. But let's hear the call here as a flag fest is broken out where our football game used to be. So an ineligible lineman downfield called on Armando Franco, the center. Brooks, I'll tell you what, though. Central is going to have to get it together in the secondary because there have been a couple of blown coverages. It hasn't come back to bite them yet, but Tellez is throwing dots tonight.
Yeah, Tellez is just a couple connections away from making those secondary mistakes really hurt. Central declines the penalty to make it 2nd and 10.
They will take it, hand it off to Redmond. He's looking to bounce this to the outside. Oh, boy, looking for a cut-up lane. I don't recommend doing that when Jesus Delgado's in the area. How about 113 tackles on the season, Brooks, and he'll add another to his tally on a big tackle for loss.
Yeah, Delgado just continues to be a linchpin for this Mustang defense as he just rallies and gives Redmond absolutely nowhere to go but down.
All of a sudden, 2:45 left to go. If you're Central, you're thinking about getting the ball back and trying to score before the break if they can force a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, absolutely. Now South looking at a ever more important 3rd and 11 here, deep in their own territory.
2 receivers off to the near side, 1 to the far. Tellez stepping up in the pocket, wanted to run, instead fires it, has a man at the 40, still on his feet, finally taken down at the 43. But when you need a big play, you look for Jay Curtis, and we've got a late flag, and that's going to be against South. It was a late hit on one of the offensive linemen, and you cannot be doing that in a game like this, Brooks.
Oh my. Right as Izzy Tellez steps up and makes a Sunday quality pass to Jay Curtis, who goes up with 10 digits and brings it down with strong hands. It gets wiped away from a bad play there from Salina South as Armando Franco just can't hold up and ends up hitting a Mustang. It's a weird play as Alex Garcia goes to make that tackle against Jay Curtis. He never gets him to the ground, but whistles were blown. So Armando Franco, he still sees his teammate up. He tries to keep pushing him, but the whistles had blown, and you got to be listening for that whistle when you got that helmet on your head.
And I hate to say it, but he was not looking to help push the pile. He came in and laid a beatdown hit on someone he did not need to do that to.
Well,
that's back-to-back penalties on Franco. He's going to have to tighten that up. It stops the clock, but you're right. That's going to wipe out about 15 yards worth of the game. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. Here before halftime, it is a 14-10 lead for the Mustangs. And the Cougars are looking to double dip as they will get the ball to start the third quarter. And I think we may have some confusion about the clock here and maybe even a timeout, as both teams are going to head to their respective sidelines. Well, maybe. Central's guys started coming back out, and Sambo said, what are you doing? Get back out there.
Yeah, play clock not running. Game clock is as 1:56 ticks away here in the second quarter. Play clock is now running.
First down and 10. 1:47 left to go. We're inside the final 2 minutes. It's a toss to Redmond, and he will find his way ahead to about the 33. But if you're South, man, time is of the essence here. I mean, they got to move fast if they are serious about trying to punch in a score. And Brooks, I don't know that that's their intention here.
Yeah, if it is, they're going to have to pick up the pace like you mentioned, because they got a lot of football field to cover.
There are 2 big play threats. Jackson Myers on the near side, Jay Curtis on the far side. Tellez looking that way. He will fire it into double coverage, and somebody in a white jersey comes down with it. Are you kidding me? That is Giles Montoy, the punter, who hauls in the pass. And it's a huge gain and a first down for South.
Yeah, not only is he a punter, he's a great receiver, he's a great returner, and that time, he's the man of the minute.
So Montoy with the catch. Call it a 14-yard gain, and they're back to work here. Looking left, firing deep, going into double coverage. That's risky, and it's almost intercepted. They were looking for Jackson Myers. In coverage was Alex Garcia, who's already made a couple of huge plays tonight. And it's 2nd and 10 with 45 seconds to go here before halftime.
Yeah, it's going to be 45 quick seconds here. Salina South, look for them to try to get a long pass down the sideline. Tellez wants to give his receivers space to get out of bounds.
South looking to end the half on an exclamation point, but a bobbled football and an incompletion. As they were looking on the little crosser over the middle, I believe that was Curtis. It's incomplete, and with 40 seconds to go, it's 3rd and 10.
That time actually was Cobley Henley. That's number 13 for the Cougars, who nearly had that catch but just bobbled out of his fingertips.
Quick correction, I've got a number change on the official roster we were given. Number 14 is actually Jackson Kitchener, who had previously been wearing 23. I wondered about that on the roster, but yes, it is Kitchener wearing 14. We'll update that throughout the game. Shotgun set on 3rd down and 10. Tellez back to pass. He's under pressure. Steps up. He is grabbed, and he's going to be taken down by the Salina Central defense. The Mustangs get back for the sack. It was Grayton Gross who makes the stop. And South is going to be forced to punt with 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, Grayton Gross coming up in an all-important moment there. What's one way to help out your secondary? Well, you get back there and get a sack. You don't allow that quarterback to air it out. And that's exactly what Gross did.
Oh, my goodness. We've got a defensive hold against the Mustangs.
Wow.
So that's not going to count. It was going to be a drive-killing sack. Instead, Brooks, it's going to be it's 1st and 10.
My, oh, my. What a change of events. 31 seconds here to go in the second half, and Salina South was just given a new life.
Cougars looking to capitalize with 30 seconds left to go. Back to passes. Tellez over the middle. Has a receiver down to the 30. Call it the 28-yard line. Gabe Autry, his 11th catch of the season, and it's a big one here for the Cougars.
Yeah, that's Autry's first catch of the night as he helps his Cougar offense move the chains.
Cougars have to go back to the air quickly, fire it out on the far side. They've got the catch. It's close to enough for the first down, as that time they were able to link it up to Jay Curtis, and conveniently he is out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yeah, that's really good heads-up play there from Jay Curtis. Recognizing he has a good gain and he has the sideline, an easy way to stop the clock and recollect your bearings and get the right play call.
The Cougars deferred to the second half. They've got a chance to take the lead into the halftime break, and they'll get the football coming out of it. Tellez back to pass, under pressure, over the middle. It's broken up, but is there a flag? No, there is not. They will call it clean defense for Corey Siraki down there on Jay Curtis. And with 8 seconds to go, Brooks, you've got time for 2 shots here to the end zone, right, on third down?
Yeah, 2 if they're quick, but quarterback Izzy Tellez needs to understand if he drags out a play, that will most likely be the last play of half.
And Salina Central wants to call their timeout. So the Mustangs will stop the clock. The ball is on the 20. I think you've got time for 2 here, but Brooks, Izzy Tellez has been spectacular. Honestly, his receivers have let him down a little bit. There have been a couple of balls that I thought were catchable that have not been reeled in. But at the end of the day, Tellez is still out there doing his part and putting his body on the line for this team, and his O-line's done a good job of protecting him.
Yeah, they really have, Tyler. I've been really impressed with Izzy Tellez, the sophomore quarterback for South Cougars tonight, as he's just staying poised back there and finding his receivers. He's had a couple of misses, but he's getting better as this game goes on. And here we are, last play of the maybe last 2 plays of the half. Tellez and the Cougars have the chance to take a lead.
3rd down and 2, but the down and distance is irrelevant. 8 seconds left to go. Salina South is down by 4. What do you got here on 3rd and 2? They want to take it over the middle. They've got the catch. It's a touchdown. Salina South is going to take the lead into the halftime locker room. And it's Jackson Kitchener, Johnny on the spot to put the Cougars out in front.
Kitchener with a great catch from a beautiful pass as Izzy Tellez puts it right on the money, right over the hands of defender Abram Owens, who just couldn't stay stride for stride with the speedy Jackson Kitchener as the Cougars take the lead.
PAT, the kick is up and the kick is good. Shock and awe. And are the Cougars going to do it again is the question on everybody's mind. Back-to-back playoff upsets, and it looks like they're going to be taking a lead into the locker room here, Brooks. And there's nowhere else in the state of Kansas we'd rather be.
Man, my oh my. I couldn't have said it better myself, Tyler. What a Friday night matchup we have here, folks. As South puts together a huge drive, tons of penalties in there, tons of momentum shaking penalties. Remember back when Salina South was in their own territory. It was a huge sack by Grayton Gross that got wiped away from a defensive holding. That got us into Mustang territory. And then the Mustangs found a way to get a couple of passes to Kitchener, a couple of passes to Curtis, and then Kitchener with the answer and the touchdown.
There is 1 second on the clock. This is the smart thing to do, is they will do, it's going to go down as an onside kick, but it's just to make sure there's no return. And Salina South can feel it now. The Cougars will take a lead into the locker room. They'll get the football when they come out of the locker room. And it is looking like green and gold in a good game so far as Salina South leads 17-14 at the halftime break. We will step away when we come back. It's the halftime show. That when we return, this is a presentation of Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine's Game of the Week. It's here on Salina Post and also on the NFHS Network.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
Take the next step in your career with an MBA from Kansas Wesleyan and the Saline County MBA Scholarship. This opportunity is good for anyone living or working in Saline County and is valid for $100 off every MBA credit hour, lowering the total cost of the degree to around $12,000. Don't wait, the next session starts January 21st. Learn more today at kwu.edu/MBA. That's kwu.edu/MBA.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie. How can I help you flush today?
I just moved out here. I have no idea how this septic stuff works.
Totally normal. You're used to city sewer, right?
Yep, no idea what I'm doing.
Let me get you Flush the Frog. Call!
On it, Callie.
Flush the freakishly fast frog!
I'll hop right over. Most folks don't realize you've got to pump your tank out at least every 3 to 5 years, sir. Or it backs up fast.
Is that why my toilet's gurgling?
Yep, you've got your own private sewage system now. And if you don't take care of it, well, let's just say it gets messy.
Thanks, Flush. Make sure Callie gives you a kiss when you get back.
Will do, sir.
At Lily Pad Septic, we guarantee to inspect your septic system within 24 hours.
Or your next pump out's free.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
LilyPadSeptic.com.
We'll be there in a splash.
Now, about that kiss.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Come home for the holidays at Arrow Plains Townhomes in Salina. Brand new 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom homes with over 1,500 square foot for only $229,000. Storm shelter, 2-car garage, solid surface countertops included, sod, landscape, and sprinkler already installed. Plus $5,000 holiday cash on the last 8 homes in Phase 1. Take $5,000 cash or get a $5,000 credit for closing costs. You choose. Buy now and be in your new home in time for the holidays. Learn more at ArrowPlainsKS.com.
Ready, set, forward at Long MacArthur in Salina. Just announced 0% on brand new F-150s. Over 100 trucks in stock with 0% for 60 months. Plus, no payments until February of next year. Including new F-150s from Roush and Long MacArthur Performance, 0% for 60 months. Hurry, this offer expires soon with 0% on new F-150s. Find the perfect vehicle for you at Long MacArthur on the south side of Salina or longmacarthur.com.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Kurt here from Abilene Termite and Pest Control. We can't control pests like that unemployed 25-year-old living in your basement, but the creepy crawly ones are our specialty. From Salina to Manhattan, Clay Center to Hillsboro, and everywhere in between. We've been locally owned and here for you since 1951, offering great service, a firm handshake, and no long-term contracts. Visit AbileneTermite.com or find us on Facebook. I'm Kurt Phillips, and we'll keep the bugs out for you.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly-Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway. Phone calls welcome.
No matter what team you support this season, Copyco has you covered with off-the-rack and custom apparel for Salina South, Salina Central, Abilene, Chapman, Sacred Heart, southeast of Saline, Ellsworth, Minneapolis, Bennington, Solomon, and El Saline. Don't see what you're looking for in store? They can custom make items so you can support any local team or student athlete. From t-shirts and hats to hoodies and so much more, your home for local high school sports gear is Copyco, located at 2346 Planet Avenue in Salina.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
From raw honey to wax melts to beekeeping tools, boxes, and frames, AJ Honey Farms has it all and more. Be sure to check out their salves. Salves is a powerful blend of nature's best ingredients. Beeswax, crafted with care to soothe and nourish your dry skin, minor cuts, and burns. And for dry lips, try out their Happy Bee Balm. Treat yourself to their locally produced honey items or get a beautifully packaged gift set for a loved one. Stop in to see AJ Honey Farms at 901 North 9th Street. More than just a honey store. Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? Memorial Health System in Abilene is hiring full-time registered nurses for their hospital emergency department, and they've got the perks to match. Sign-on bonuses, shift and weekend differentials, a childcare stipend, and tuition reimbursement to keep you moving forward. Bring your skills where they'll make the biggest impact, right here in Abilene. Apply today at srhc.com. That's srhc.com to apply for this opening at Memorial Health System in Abilene, taking care of you so you can take care of others.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community, or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina. Obituaries and funeral announcements are available free of charge on salinapost.com. This community service is provided in part by Higher Scott Mortuary and Cremations, formerly Roselawn. Higher Scott Mortuary and Cremations, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush in a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush! The freakishly fast frog!
I'll follow the funk. It's not a dead animal, sir. It's your septic tank venting gases. Oof. She's full, real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick.
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
Lily Pad Septic.
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick, kiss me. That stink stuck to my skin.
I don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
When Vernon Jewelers has 40% off store-wide, there must be a special occasion. Through September, Vernon Jewelers is celebrating 133 years in business with 40% off store-wide. Savings include high-quality, unique pieces that will not only be cherished, but create a lifetime of memories. Save 40% during the 133rd anniversary sale at Vernon Jewelers, 123 North Santa Fe in downtown Salina, where it's the little things that matter since 1884. 40% off September only excludes loose diamonds, repairs, and special orders.
And now back to more football action with your Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
It's the Game of the Week. It might be the Game of the Year. Tyler Henry alongside you, Brooks Garrettson alongside me. And boy, what a game it's been so far. It is presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance. Kelly Kitchener's agency is glad to provide coverage of this game and insurance to Salina. Call them for a free quote today. Got a lot to talk about. Let's get into a couple of other scores going on from around our area. There's only one final to let you know about. Southeast of Salina, the reigning champions down in Class 2A, defeated Phillipsburg earlier tonight. 48-6 was the final in that one. Other games that concern the teams that are playing here today, there's really only one to let you know about. It's a game that at the end of the first quarter sees Great Bend ahead of Hayes 7-0. We'll try to get you a more recent update on that, but remember, the winner of this game will get either the, I believe, 2 seed in Great Bend, or they will get Hayes, a team that Great Bend defeated handily in the regular season. Taking a look at this game, boy, it's been a banger so far. It started off with a 6-yard Griffin Hall touchdown run to put Central ahead. South wasted no time responding with a 5-yard Armani Redmond touchdown run. Then Central took their very next drive. It was the Cooper Reeves show all the way down the field. He punched it in from 11 yards away to put Central up 14-7 going into the third quarter. A long drive stalled, but South came away with a field goal, forced a punt, got the ball back, drove it down, and scored on a 22-yard touchdown pass from Izzy Tellez to Jackson Kitchener. And Brooks, that brings us here 17-14 at the half. It's honestly, it's about what we expected, right? I mean, 2 crosstown rivals. You can't ask for much more than this, and this game has delivered on the hype so far.
Yeah, it really has, Tyler. I mean, when you get a perfect script like this, crosstown rivals, mid-November, perfect night for it. 59 degrees here in Salina with a calm south wind of 8 miles per hour. It's felt like late August, early September all day. It's just been beautiful weather here in mid-November, here in playoff football season, baby. And it can't get any better than this. A 3-point game here at halftime as the underdog South Cougars holding the lead on the Kings of Town, on the team that has reclaimed the cup year in and year out in recent memory. Man, cannot get any better than this, folks.
I don't think you could manufacture in a lab, Brooks, a game that means more to these two teams, but you're right, especially to South. Mark Sambo, in his time leading this Central team, is 7-1 against the Cougars. They know that. They know that they've only won, again, going into this playoff run, they had won 6 games in 6 seasons. They know that the odds are stacked against them, but they just don't seem to care. I mean, there is something to be said for playing with house money, and Brooks, that's kind of what we're seeing here.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you can look at all those numbers. You can look at all the years that have stacked up, but when the whistle blows and that foot goes to the football and the game's being played, all that matters is the 22 guys that are out there between the 100-yard field. I mean, my, oh, my, what a beautiful thing. What a beautiful half we've seen so far. Let's get into the numbers, Tyler.
Absolutely. You take a look at the stats from the first half, and you see 2 teams, the stars are out, and they are shining. Izzy Tellez for Salina South, 8 for 14, 132 yards and a touchdown. Armani Redmond, 14 carries for 58 yards on the other side. Not a lot of passing for Salina Central. Hall is just 2 of 3 through the air for 20 yards, but 5 for 31 on the ground with a touchdown. And then Cooper Reeves, 13 for 131 and a touchdown. Brooks, run through both teams here. What are your new image audio keys to the game for each side to come away with a huge win here in Salina?
Well, if you're wearing maroon tonight and cheering for the Mustangs, you got to get this thing back in control. That starts with a 3-and-out series for your defense. You have to kick this away to the Cougars to start off second half. So get that ball back, and I know Central loves to score quickly, but holding out a methodical drive led by Cooper Reeves and a couple more running attacks, maybe a pass here or two, would really help you out. If you are the Cougars and you're wearing green and yellow tonight, you have to keep the juice. You have all the momentum in the world right now. You're coming off of 2 fantastic wins here in the playoffs. So maintain that charisma, that juice that you got right now by putting together a long, methodical drive. That's exactly what Coach Ozores wants to do, and cap it off with 7 points to build your lead.
Salina South has the lead. They've got the football, and they will take it here. The kickoff will be fielded by Kitchener back at the 15-yard line. Neither team with a massive return so far. Kitchener grabbed and brought to the turf at about the 28-yard line, and that's where the offense comes onto the field for Salina South. The game plan is to keep it close for South and kill the clock, and now, Brooks, they actually hold the lead. Any score here makes this a 2-possession game for Salina South if they can get it in the end zone. The game plan is working, and they can stick to it. You love that as a head coach.
Yes, absolutely. It just came down to great execution early in the first half and an all-important 33-yard field goal from Wilcox as well.
Salina South, the offense on the field. Izzy Tellez in the shotgun, a two-receiver stack on the near side. They hand it off. That is Armani Redmond. He plunges up the middle. It is a short gain. They'll call it a yard. And back to the ground here, continuing to run the clock. Go the Cougars. It's the 15th carry of the night for Redmond.
Yeah, the 15th carry, and he's stopped abruptly there by the senior linebacker, Abram Owings, making a good stop, making it 2nd and 9. That's exactly what the Mustang defense needs here. Make it 3rd and long. Make it hard on the Cougars to get that ball back and not let them build on the energy that they created late in the first half.
The Mustang defense has been good this year, but they are giving up about 300 yards a game. That might be all South needs. They throw it out to screen. It's tipped up in the air. And this will be, they're going to rule that, I think, rightfully an incomplete pass as they tried to throw it to Armani Redmond for what would have been just his 10th completion of the season. Instead, it's an incompletion, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, Cougars trying to stretch out the Mustang defense and get a bubble screen action look to Redmond following a couple blockers outside, but he just can't make the completion. They'll say Redmond was a yard or two in front of Izzy Tellis.
Central's defense imploring the crowd to make some noise on 3rd down and 9. The Cougars have not come away with no points on any drive tonight. Tellez back to pass, fires it deep, it's incomplete. He was looking in the area of Jackson Myers, and for the first time all night, the Cougars will have to punt. That's exactly what Central needed here, was it not?
Yes, it was, Tyler. They stuck to the script, and the plan worked out as South's first series will go down as a 3-and-out here in the second half.
A reminder, coverage of tonight's game is presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance. This is going to be good field position for the Central Mustangs as Montoy punts it into the night sky. It'll be fielded back at about the 30-yard line. Central looking for a run back lane, now cutting it back the other way, and there is space to run. Down to the 50, across to the 45, and a strong return for Abram Owings as Central takes over in plus territory. And now, Brooks, the question is, can Salina South slow down a rushing attack that ran for 162 yards in the first half?
Yeah, and they're going to have a shorter field to do so as Abram Owings is able to catch that punt at about the 40 and get about a 15-yard return as he sets up the Mustangs on the Cougar 45.
10:50 left to play, third quarter. The Mustangs with the football. They trail in this game. It's a handoff to Reeves. He spins off a couple of would-be tacklers and takes a defender down to the 32-yard line. Another gain of 13 for Cooper Reeves, who just continues trucking along on his 14th carry of this game.
Yeah, Reeves finally tackled by the safety, Landon Huffman, and that's why Reeves is so good. He's usually getting tackled by the last line of defense. That time it's Huffman who has to make the stop. And Mustangs are just trying to roll this thing out after a good return by Owens sets him up.
Central's been content to ground and pound. You wonder if a home run shot might be coming at some point here, as they have only attempted 3 total passes in this game. Griffin Hall in the shotgun. He has Cooper Reeves to his left, and I believe the play clock expired. Did the Mustangs get a timeout called? Yes, they did. But that's something to file away in the back of your mind, Brooks. That is far earlier, I'm sure, than Coach Sambo would have liked to call the first timeout for his team here in the second half. And a quick reminder that coverage of this game is brought to you in part thanks to Abilene Termite and Pest Control, serving Salina and Saline County, and by Kansas Wesleyan's MBA Scholarship. Learn more at kwu.edu/MBA Scholarship.
Yeah, no doubt, Tyler. Coach Sambo, you're down by 3, you're in the playoffs, you're playing your rival, and you have to burn one of your 3 timeouts before 2 minutes has even expired in the third quarter. That's a tough situation, but he wants to score points here. Mustangs need to score points here as they trail by 3, so not wanting to set his offense up deep before that 1st and 10 look that they have after after the Cooper Reeves run.
It is a crime that one of these teams is going to have to be eliminated from postseason play this week. Here's a give to Reeves, right side, looking to stretch this to the edge. He's got the speed to do it. That might have been close to a horse collar tackle, and they're going to call him down with forward progress stopped at the 25. But, Brooks, I'm not convinced that he was stopped.
Yeah, Rayshon Jones trying to bring him down. Jones hears the whistle, so he just kind of lets him go, but Reeves wasn't even close to getting any of a body part to be elected as down. And you hear some frustration from the folks in maroon.
There are times where Cooper Reeves, as he's getting tackled, Brooks, stops being a football player and goes back to his instinct as a wrestler to stay on his feet.
Yeah, so many times.
He's in the shotgun here, play action. Hall back to pass. He wants to take a shot to the end zone, has a man, it's knocked away. Excellent defense by Jalen Cheeks. It's a touchdown saving breakup as they were looking for Bodie Rodriguez on the deep post. And just like that, it's 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, Jalen Cheeks stride for stride with the senior wide receiver, Bodie Rodriguez, as Griffin Hall put that right on the money, but Jalen Cheeks with the perfect punch out.
3rd down and 3, designed quarterback run. Hall looking to pick it up himself. He reaches out the football. He is short. It's a gain of 2. They needed 3. It's 4th and 1. And you would imagine the Mustangs, with how good they've run the football, this is going to be Cooper Reeves territory, I would imagine.
Yeah, I would imagine so too, Tyler, as that was a fantastic first down saving tackle there by Gabe Wilbarger and Landon Huffman, 2 seniors coming to bring down the junior.
R.J. Benoit, the sophomore D lineman, hyping up the crowd. And South jumps off sides. Boy, that is the one thing that they could not have. Connor Riley is going to be called for encroachment, and it's a free first down given to the Mustangs here.
Yeah, costly penalty there for the Cougars as it gives Mustangs a new life without even having to snap the ball.
1st and 10 from the 19. 2 receivers to the far side. It's Keaton Smith and Gannon Cole. High snap, handoff up the middle, right side, 5, goal line, touchdown, Cooper Reeves. It's the 2nd touchdown of the day for Cooper Reeves. And the Mustangs are back on top here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Central strikes quickly after the frustration sets from that penalty on the 4th down before, and Reeves is able to waltz into the end zone all by himself after making one man miss and reclaim the lead here with 8:24 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Elijah Duxler on for the PAT. His kick is true, and it's 21-17, the lead for the Salina Central Mustangs. It's a back-and-forth banger in the quarterfinal round. You're watching it right here on the Salina Post Sports Network and on the NFHS Network, courtesy of Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
Welcome back to Salina Stadium. 21-14 our score following the 18-yard touchdown run for Cooper Reeves. Brooks, it was short field position, and it's game on here in the second half as Central responds by throwing the first punch. They force the quick turnover, and they will kick it away. It's fielded back at the 10-yard line. Here come the Cougars looking to return this across the 30. Finally pushed out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, but another excellent return for Salina South. I believe that's Jackson Kitchener on the return, and here comes the Salina South offense. I like what they were doing early in this game, Brooks. They went run early and often, and then they utilized the passing game when they needed to, but It was the 3rd and 3, the 3rd and 4 that they were able to win on. They struggle when they get into those 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10.
Absolutely, Tyler. Look for the Cougars to kind of lean more on that run game this series.
They will give it to Redmond, right side. He's got a lane and an 11-yard gain as Armani Redmond just continues to slip through the defense. His 16th carry of the day, and it should be good for a Cougar first down. No, they're going to call that a 9-yard gain. They say he stepped out early.
Wow. A good carry nonetheless, and like you said, Tyler, it sets him up for second and extremely manageable. That's a great block on the outside. That time by Jay Curtis, a great receiver, also a great teammate, as he delivers a good block for his running back.
And now Central jumping off sides, and is this going to be encroachment against the Mustangs? It looks like it is. And the teams are going to trade free first downs. Everyone's in the giving spirit. We're not even to December yet.
Yeah, and that's just kind of a rivalry game, Tyler, especially those D linemen. Oh, man, they watched that offense out there that whole series, and now they get out there and they're licking their lips trying to get back there and get a sack or get a tackle for loss. Both teams end up jumping off sides to start off the third quarter.
First down and 10 for Tellez and company. They've gone to the ground on their first 2 plays. They will toss this to the outside. Redmond cuts it back to the middle. He is quickly arrested and brought down after a 4-yard gain, but doing what they need to do, winning on first down, Brooks, and it's right back to plan A for the Cougars here.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and that's what opened up plan B, Tyler, when they were able to pass it after making Central commit more bodies in the box to answer the Armani Redmond question, which opened up catchers like Jackson Kitchener and Jay Curtis.
7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. A man in motion from right to left. Tellez looks back to the sideline. He wants to make sure he's got the right play call. Redmond motion from right, now back to the left side. They will take the snap. Another give to Redmond, and he'll take it to the 40, continuing to win on the ground. They're doing just enough. And then Redmond pops up off the turf. He motions first down, but he's a yard short.
Yeah, Jesus Delgado putting Armani Redmond to the turf just before that line to gain. But Cougars, again, making it second and manageable, third and manageable, and doing really well.
Here it is, big third down, direct snap to Redmond, but he is met at the line of scrimmage, stacked up and dragged backwards. However, he got just enough for the 2-yard gain and the first down. Brooks, they have utilized that direct snap package more in this game than I've seen all year.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's coming at an ever so important time as they're just continuing to add new wrinkles into their offense and finding ways to pick up those alley yards when you just have to do a street fight in between the tackles.
It's been all running plays on this drive. The clock continues to run. We're inside the final 6:20. You wonder if they might go for the uppercut. Instead, it's another handoff, breaking the first tackle, cut back lean to the inside, up to the 31-yard line. And Armani Redmond just continues to hammer away at the Central defense, a gain of 6.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, when Armani Redmond makes a cut, he makes a cut, man. He puts that cleat in the carpet, and he is going. That is a fantastic job that time, reading his blocks and getting that. He feels the defense over pursuit, and he's able to expose it and pick up a good chunk that time.
20 carries for Armani Redmond tonight. This poor kid's going to need an ice bath after this one, win or lose. That ice feels a lot less cold after you win.
No doubt.
Big second down and 3 coming up here for the Cougars. They go to the air for the first time. They want to take a shot, look into the end zone on the feed, and it's hauled in. Jackson Myers with the catch of his season, his 10th of the year, and the Cougars answer back in the third quarter on a dime from Izzy Tellez to Jackson Myers.
Izzy Tellez, what goes up must come down, and it comes down into the hands of his senior buddy, Jackson Myers, to reclaim the lead here with 5:26 to go in the third quarter.
Big PAT coming up here. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. Salina South will reclaim the 3-point lead. It's 24-21 here in quarter number 3. We'll step away, back after this on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Come home for the holidays at Arrow Plains Townhomes in Salina. Brand new 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom homes with over 1,500 square foot for only $229,000. Storm shelter, 2-car garage, solid surface countertops included, sod, landscape, and sprinkler already installed. Plus $5,000 holiday cash on the last 8 homes in Phase 1. Take $5,000 cash or get a $5,000 credit for closing costs. You choose. Buy now and be in your new home in time for the holidays. Learn more at arrowplainsks.com.
Welcome back in. Tyler Henry, Brooks Garrettson. It is the best game of high school football that either of us have seen in a long time, and it's been a back-and-forth affair. We're not even to the fourth quarter of this thing yet. 24-21, the lead for Salina South. They will kick this away. It'll be fielded back at about the 10-yard line by Bodie Rodriguez. Rodriguez tripped up and brought down at the 25, and Brooks in this entire game, we've had 2 defensive stops, 1 for each team. That is it. You said something earlier I want to come back to. It might come down to which team has the ball last.
Yeah, no doubt, Tyler, as it just continues to have answer for answer, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, as we just continue to have this crosstown rivalry 2.0 here in playoffs.
So Salina Central puts the offense back on the field. 5:21 left to go. They will give this ball up the right side. Still on his feet. Still taking tacklers with him to the 40. It's a gain of 15 for Cooper Reeves, and someone is going to have to find a way to tackle him. He has been a problem tonight.
Yeah, Reeves just continues to cause nightmares for opposing defenses as he just shrugs off would-be tacklers.
Griffin Hall from the shotgun. It's another give. This goes to the right side. It's Reeves. This time he is grabbed and brought down after just a 2-yard gain, and that's what you got to do. Give the credit that time to Rayshawn Jones. It's still a gain of 4, but that's progress for this South defense.
Yeah, that's really good job there by Rayshawn Jones, just eating up the space between him and Cooper Reeves and not allowing him to make a move.
Griffin Hall back in the shotgun on 2nd and 6. Design quarterback run up the left side, and Hall's got enough for the first down, a gain of 8. And that quarterback run, the fact that they can mix that in with the fake handoff, Brooks, that is so lethal. As a defense, how do you even stop that?
It's a really tough task, Tyler. As Griffin Hall, another fantastic wrestler, and he just has quick explosion, really fast kid.
1st and 10 from the 48, and Reeves is pile-driven into the turf. My goodness, Jones was the first man there. We got a late flag. That looks like it's going to be in the territory of unsportsmanlike conduct. And again, you cannot have the silly free penalties.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Rayshawn Jones. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. We don't have mics down on the field, but I did not think any part of his body language was that unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, he must have said something because Rayshawn Jones just got 15 yards and gave it to Salina Central, an unsportsmanlike conduct call. And when you've got an offense that's running the ball as efficiently as what the Mustangs are, you just can't afford to be giving up free first downs. So that'll make this 1st down and 10 from the 29. Here's the give to Reeves, patiently waiting for the blocks to form, cutting it to the inside, and a quick correction on my part. Abram Owings takes his 2nd carry of the night, takes it forward for a gain of 3. Boy, you think after 18 carries, they want to give Reeves a break. He got maybe half a sip of water, and he's right back in the game.
Yeah, it was a good tackle there on the outside by Landon Huffman, creating that tackle in open space, not an easy thing to do.
3:20 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Another give to Reeves, breaks it to the outside. He's got 2 men to beat. Past the first, he's tripped up and brought down. It's a touchdown saving tackle for Landon Huffman, but another gain of 15 for Cooper Reeves, and the Mustangs are inside the red zone.
Yeah, Reeves just continuing to be the workhorse for this offense as the Mustangs now have a 1st and goal.
They've got it, 1st down and goal from the 8-yard line. Shotgun set for Hall. He will motion the extra blocker to the left side of the package. The give is to Reeves. Right side, through tackles, into the end zone. It's a quarterfinal hat trick for Cooper Reeves. And the Mustangs reclaim the lead with 2:43 to go in the 3rd.
Tyler, we had just mentioned there has only been 2 defensive stops, 1 for either side this evening, and that trend continues as Cooper Reeves and the Central offense find another way to get into the end zone and reclaim the lead.
It's another big PAT coming, and it sails through the uprights to make this a Mustang lead of 28-24. We will step away briefly. When we come back, you're not going to want to miss the finish to this one. This is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. It's presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.
Ready, set, forward at Long MacArthur in Salina. Just announced 0% on brand new F-150s. Over 100 trucks in stock with 0% for 60 months. Plus, no payments until February of next year. Including new F-150s from Roush and Long MacArthur Performance, 0% for 60 months. Hurry, this offer expires soon with 0% on new F-150s. Find the perfect vehicle for you at Long MacArthur on the south side of Salina or longmacarthur.com.
Welcome back to Salina Stadium. A 28-24 lead for the Salina Central Mustangs. They will kick it away here with 2:43 remaining in quarter number 3. South has kept up so far. We have only had 2 drives this entire game that have not resulted in points. This ball fielded back at the 15-yard line. That's Kitchener looking for a return. We got flags coming in from all over the place, and we will have to sort this out.
Yeah, Bronx Sitton is beside himself for the Cougars running to the sideline after those flags flew.
It's interesting because the 2 officials that threw their flag were so far away from each other, but they both saw the same thing.
And it's going to be a big one, Tyler. Unnecessary roughness called against the senior Brock Sitton.
Yeah, that's a big one for Sitton, and it's going to drive the Cougars even further back into their own territory. This is the 2nd penalty for the Cougars in this quarter, but both teams, I mean, it is piling up for each side. And, you know, if you're the Cougars, it's not the worst thing in the world if you can manufacture a long drive here. You want to take time off the clock, but it's going to be a little bit tougher as they take over now at their own 17. 2:37 to play in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun snap taken. They will give it again to Redmond up the right side, but the Mustangs are there to meet him, and it's only a 2-yard gain on Redmond's 21st carry of the night.
Yeah, Cougars going into a 21 personnel set, Tyler. That's 2 tight ends and 1 running back. That's Armani Redmond back there behind his quarterback, as they're just trying to set up the run game, and I love it, honestly. It's what's been setting up and opening up the pass game for Izzy Tellez and his receiving corps.
And when they have gone to the passing game, they've looked immaculate. Tellez is already over 150 yards passing tonight. Here it's 2nd down and 8. They give it to Redmond. He's looking for the corner, and he'll get up to the 20-yard line, but it's only a 1-yard gain as Michael Gunderson comes in to make a huge tackle. It's 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, it's just an absolutely massive stop there for the Mustangs to set up a 3rd and 7. This is where the Cougars have their back against the wall now. They need an all-important 1st down to keep this thing going and to keep it only at 1 stop apiece, as the Cougars need an answer here with 1:20 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Salina South has to have it here on 3rd down and 7. Tellez back to pass, fires over the middle, had a receiver, and it's incomplete. Jackson Myers, boy, he has been open all night on that crossing route, and it's a little outside of the catch radius. But Brooks, if you ask both guys, they'll both tell you They should have had that, and the Cougars are going to punt.
Yeah, it was a great pass to Myers. He just can't bring it in, and then it's tipped into the breadbasket of Alex Garcia, and Alex Garcia for the Mustangs can't come up with it. So, for only the third time tonight, we will see a punting situation.
It's a bad snap, but it's recovered by South. They are able to get this away. It'll be fielded. No, now it's put on the deck by Abram Owings. Owings trying to turn lemons into lemonade as he gets to the outside. Now looking to come back to the inside, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Last time the Mustangs took over in this territory, they scored easily on the 18-yard touchdown run for Cooper Reeves, and that's the man that the Cougars have had no answer for here tonight.
Yeah, really good job by Mustang special teams there that time, Tyler, not causing a penalty, either hold or block in the back or anything silly like that. South Cougars have had a few mishaps here in the second half that have really set them up for failure as far as special teams go.
The Mustangs have scored a touchdown on their first two offensive drives here in the third quarter so far. They're looking for another. Play action fake to the air into double coverage. Incomplete. Boy, that was risky. Bodie Rodriguez was the receiver in the area, but the guy who was closest to catching that was safety Landon Huffman. It's incomplete. It'll bring up second down and 10.
Yeah, and Griffin Hall took an absolute shot to the ribs as Maddox Gerard came in and delivered a junior-on-junior clashing as Hall had to get rid of that quickly.
Remember, the winner of this game advances to the state semifinals to take on the winner of Great Bend and Hayes. That game in progress in Great Bend. Second down and 10. Hall, a handoff. Reeves is grabbed, somehow stays on his feet, and now the pile is being pushed ahead by all accounts, Brooks. That should have been a big loss for the Mustangs, but Reeves keeping his feet under him and keeps it moving.
Yeah, Reeves chopping his feet like he's running through a stack of tires as he's able to find a way to get out of those Cougar arms and pick up about 7 yards.
Cooper Reeves has carried the ball 21 times. He's been brought down for 4 or fewer just once tonight. Shotgun set on third down and 3, and that's what they'll look for here as Reeves breaks a tackle to the outside. He's already got 3 touchdowns today, and he's not taken out of bounds until he gets to the 17-yard line. The Mustangs are back in the red zone.
Man, my oh my. Call it third and Reeves, Tyler, as they just continue to lean on their guy and deliver great blocks for Cooper Reeves. Those big 5 men up front. Tag Noah Peck in there, just creating great alleys for number 12 to find a lane.
The Mustangs' last 3 touchdowns have all been Cooper Reeves runs. Here it's Hall on a designed run, and he will get just 2 to set up second down and 8 from the 15, and we have got an injured player down. That is Maddox Gerard, slow to get up. It also brings us to the end of quarter number 3. We will step away when we come back. It's a fight to the finish you won't forget. The Mayor's Cup matchup, the battle for Salina, and a ticket to the Final Four on the line. We've got the fourth quarter when we return. This is the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week presented by Kelly Kitchener on the Salina Post Sports Network and the NFHS Network.
Kurt here from Abilene Termite and Pest Control. We can't control pests like that unemployed 25-year-old living in your basement, but the creepy crawly ones are our specialty. From Salina to Manhattan, Clay Center to Hillsboro, and everywhere in between. We've been locally owned and here for you since 1951, offering great service, a firm handshake, and no long-term contracts. Visit AbileneTermite.com or find us on Facebook. I'm Kurt Phillips, and we'll keep the bugs out for you.
3 quarters are in the books. Only 1 quarter remains to sort out a winner between Salina Central and Salina South. 28-24 in Brooks. As both teams take the field, you would think it's the early 2000s, the way these two Salina schools have been playing.
Yeah, no doubt, Tyler. And we got an early 2000s crowd, as we got about 8,000 people here watching, 8,000 plus, and thousands more on the stream. Can't get any better than this.
And thank you so much for tuning in. This is a good one. And if you know anybody who wants to watch, let them know. Salina Post, they can watch it for free. Also available on the NFHS network with paid subscription. Here it's first down and 10. Back to the air go the Mustangs. They've got a completion at the 10 to the big tight end, as hauling it in there on the side was Noah Peck.
Man, fantastic touch on that pass from Griffin Hall to his big man, Noah Peck. And when I say big man, I do mean big man. Noah Peck, 6'4", 245, and he's only 18 years old.
3 of 6 now are the Mustangs through the air because the ground game has been unstoppable and remains so. Cooper Reeves with his 4th rushing touchdown of the night. And the Mustangs take the game's first 2-score lead.
Cooper Reeves trying to separate his team against the crosstown rivals as he's able to collect a 4-piece on the night. My, oh my, what a running back out of Cooper Reeves.
Elijah Duxler's PAT is up, and the PAT is good. Central takes a 35-24 lead, and Salina South will have to respond now on the other side of the break. We'll step away briefly. We're back in 30 on the Salina Post Sports Network.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
The last 4 scoring drives for Salina Central. Cooper Reeves touchdown run. Cooper Reeves touchdown run. Cooper Reeves touchdown run. Cooper Reeves touchdown run. And they will kick it away to Salina South, who trails by the biggest margin of the night for either team. It's an 11-point deficit to overcome, but Brooks Garrettson, if you trust a guy to go out and get it done, it might just be Izzy Tellez and these wide receivers who have been so good this season. Jackson Myers, Jay Curtis, and Jackson Kitchener. Coach Sambo said something interesting to me pregame. He said, look, Tellez is a sophomore. He's a pup, but he's an old pup now. He plays like a junior, maybe a senior.
And you got to mature quickly when you face the schedule that the Cougars did this season. And they found a way to claw themselves back into this game.
Low snap. They want to go to the air. They'll fire it out. A big hit delivered at the 23-yard line as South does get the catch. They haul it in. That was Kitchener who caught it. It was Alex Garcia who lays the boom after the 3-yard gain.
Yeah, Garcia's been all over tonight as he just continues to try to keep things in front, playing that safety position for the Stangs.
Tellez back in the shotgun, 3 receivers wide. They will fake the handoff under pressure, grabbed and sacked. The Mustangs get home. Michael Gunderson on the sack. And Salina Central smells blood in the water here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Central trying to separate this thing out and ride away with the 4th quarter here. South now looking at a long 3rd down, 3rd and 18 they'll call it. And they'll have to find a way to convert here because punting this thing away gives your defense a long battle to fight.
It's a loss of 12 on the first official sack of the night for the Salina Central defense. It's 3rd down and 18. Tellez fires over the middle. He's got a receiver who hauls it in, shy of the line to gain, or did he? No, they're going to say he caught it off the turf. And the defense comes up with the hold. It's 4th down. And I don't know, Brooks, you got to go for it at some point, but turning the ball over to Cooper Reeves at the 13-yard line is not an appetizing proposition. And here comes the punt team for Salina South.
Yeah, so Giles Montoy will have to put his best boot into this one to give his defense the most amount of yards to breathe.
Got to watch out for something tricky here. Boy, we got flags all over the place. And is this going to get backed up even further? It might. No, encroachment against Salina Central will actually give the Cougars a little bit more room to breathe. But, Brooks, it's going to be very simple on the other side of this punt if they do kick it away. You either stop Cooper Reeves or this game is over.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no better way to put it. Right now, Salina South needs to find a way to get the ball back.
Montoy, oh my goodness, a low snap. He's able to get it away, but only just. It'll be fielded here by the up man, and that's a wise decision to just fall on the football. And Salina Central has a chance to start lining up the nails around the Cougar coffin here in the fourth quarter. 9:54 left to go, and the Cooper Reeves show is back on for another episode. The Mustangs hoping it will not be a season finale.
Tyler, if you remember at the beginning of the third quarter, I had said to the team that was down a couple of points, that was Central, you got to get a 3-and-out to give your team a chance. Right now, Salina South Cougars need a 3-and-out.
Handoff, Reeves up the middle, spins through, breaks a tackle, now steps on the brakes. He's up to the 40-yard line, a gain of 4 on first down. But that's been the problem. Even on plays like that where it looks like the Cougars have a positive play defensively, it's still a gain of 4.
Yeah, that time it's good rally tackling. But like you mentioned, Tyler, it takes 4 yards to get there. And when you can get about 4 yards of play, 4, 8, 12, there you go. You got a first down. And Central is completely fine with grinding this thing out.
A wise man, Rick Erickson, once said, you get 3 yards on every single play, you never have to punt. Here's another give, up the middle. Cooper Reeves takes it ahead to the 30-yard line. That'll be enough for another first down on the 25th carry of the night for Cooper Reeves, and now it's the Mustangs who are content to melt some clock. They're in no hurry, nor should they be.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't expect any ball to be snapped north of 10 seconds on the play clock, as 8:50 counts down here in the fourth quarter, and Central holds the 11-point lead.
Salina Central is looking to make some history. They're trying to get back to the semifinals for the first time in almost 20 years. Another give to Reeves, looking to make his own lane. He's up to the 24, and it's another gain of 5 for Cooper Reeves, who just continues to pound the defense.
Yeah, and this front five, Tyler, Caden Snyder, Reese Kelly, Parker Pinks, Sajan Mills, Warwick Van Blaricon, they're just continue to set Reeves up for success as they go and attack the Cougar D-line and linebacker core.
You've also got to think the drives have been short for South. This defense has spent a ton of time on the field. They have got to be exhausted. Here's a design quarterback keeper. Griffin Hall will be brought down. That's a good short gain of 1. Actually, are they going to give him, wow, yeah, with forward progress on the dive, he has enough for the first down. Griffin Hall leaps forward, and they say move the chains.
Yeah, so Hall continuing to be a player that you got to account for if you're on the Cougar defense. Cougars need a turnover here, need something special to happen if you're wearing green.
7:26, handoff to Reeves. Oh, he's got so much room, but it closes down as he tries to get to the edge. Another gain of 4 for Cooper Reeves. And, I mean, for South, it's got to be a stop here. So much time is coming off this clock. It's a 2-possession game. You're down to the final 7 minutes of this contest. And, Brooks, if Central scores another touchdown, this game is effectively over.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't allow it if you're wearing green and yellow tonight, Tyler. As like you said, you only have 7 minutes left of this ball game. Effectively, possibly 7 minutes left in your season if you can't find a way to have more points.
Shotgun set on second down. Another give to Reeves. He wants to get to the edge and he will be taken down, but not before he gets to the 9-yard line. Another gain of 7, another first down, and the Mustangs knocking on the door of the end zone. Does Cooper Reeves have a 6th rushing touchdown in him? Actually, it would be a 5th.
I mean, I think we're about to find out, Tyler. Let's say what this South Cougar defense has to say about it, as they crucially need to get the ball back and not allow this thing to get away from them.
South does have all 3 timeouts, but 4 Cooper Reeves touchdowns have been a problem. As he takes on one defender, he's pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Another gain of 5, and Reeves inching closer and closer to the goal line of the Cougars.
Yeah, now on the 4. 5:55 here to go in the fourth quarter, folks that are watching. And clock just continues to tick away as Central is allowing it and totally okay with it.
This has been a Cooper Reeves masterclass. He takes the give, takes on a tackler into the no. They say he is down at the 1, and it'll be 3rd down and goal, but you know where this is going if you're the South defense. Honestly, taking another 30 seconds off the game clock here, not a bad thing for Central.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Tyler. But Central back to work quickly.
3rd and goal from the goal line. The give is to Reeves. He's up. He's over. Is he in?
They'll say no.
Wow.
Somehow, some way, the Cougar defense rises up and does not allow Reeves to get the up and over look. Reeves was going for the Bo Jackson style touchdown.
Unbelievable stuff, and another 20 to 30 seconds will tick off this game clock. We are inside the final 5 minutes. For all intents and purposes, Central can effectively win it right here. That play clock is down to 3. It's down to 2. Are they going to call a timeout?
Yeah, Coach Sambo wants to call a timeout and get his best goal line play in to put the nails in the coffin.
I think I snuck a peek at the play sheet. It says, Cooper Reeves, give him the football.
That's a good play.
That's a really good play, especially on the 1-yard line. But let's talk about this for South. Brooks, obviously you've got college football experience. If you're the Cougars, you get a stop here. It's a 2-possession game, under 5 minutes. You can make that work for you. You know you're up against a state wrestler, just a massive 205-pound load on the 1. You've also got to look out for the fake, and maybe they go somewhere else. What are you thinking defensively if you're South?
Well, first thing you got to do is don't jump off sides. Don't give them, a couple inches to give. Give them what they got, and then it's all about the get off. You have to reestablish the line of scrimmage where you want it, and that just comes with physicality. It's a violent sport. Time to get violent.
Ball on the 1, season on the line. Hand off to Cooper Reeves, and the Grim Reaper strikes again. 5 rushing touchdowns for Cooper Reeves. And the Salina Central Mustangs have put their crosstown rival season on life support.
My, oh my. Cooper Reeves, a renowned wrestler with D1 offers. Tyler, I think he's going to have a couple football offers knocking at the door now.
You think?
Jeez Louise, this kid can play.
I mean, we're going to have to break out all our fingers and toes to calculate his rushing total. The PAT is good. And with under 5 minutes to go, Brooks, that might have done it.
We have a late flag after the PAT as Mustangs and Cougars jog to their respective sideline.
So it's unsportsmanlike conduct on Warwick Van Blaricon, the right tackle. The 15 yards will be assessed here on the, I believe they'll be added on to the end of the return. So it's going to be decent field position for Salina South. The problem here, Brooks, is you're down 3 scores. And, I mean, I guess now is where you find out just how good that passing attack is because they're going to need it. They're going to need the deep balls. And if you're Central, you're probably hunting a turnover to put this game on ice.
Yes, you absolutely are. Central be looking to see Mustangs punching and stripping at the football to try to shut any would-be positive play for the Cougars. And if you're the Cougars, you got to strike fast and you have to strike deep to try to score quickly. And then you have to get an onside, and then you got to do it again and again.
An update from the other side of the bracket. Great Bend is up 23-14 on Hayes. The winner of these 2 games will meet next week. And a little sneak peek, we plan to cover that game. Just something to look forward to next week for the winner. They will assess the yardage. They did so before the kick. And here comes Salina South, cutting it back to the outside, to the 40, to the 30. A massive return. Jackson Myers is going to put the Salina South Cougars in excellent field position. And the Cougars are not dead yet with just under 4:30 to play.
Well, that'll always help the cause there, Tyler. A huge special teams play there by Jackson Myers. Earlier in the third quarter, special teams were a bit of the Cougar Achilles heel. This time, late in the fourth, Myers giving his team a great shot here, setting up shop on the Mustang 29-yard line.
Salina South's offense has taken the field 4 times in the second half. They have scored just once. And Kitchener
tripped himself up.
Falls down over the middle. The throw, I think, might have been a little bit hot regardless. I'm not sure if he would have been able to haul it in, but we'll never know. And it's 2nd down and 10. Brooks, you brought it up. You need a score. You need an onside kick. You need another score. You need another onside kick. We're talking about a miracle, but we're also talking about a team whose entire playoff run has been a bit of a miracle. And in the high school football playoffs, boy, you just never know. Izzy Tellez in the shotgun, season on the line for the Salina South Cougars. 3-step drop, under pressure, design screen, finds Redmond, but he's taken out of bounds. An excellent play by Corey Siraki to limit the damage to 6 yards. And it'll be 3rd down and a chance for Central to try to force 4th here.
Yeah, good job there by Redmond, finding a way to get out of bounds and stop that ever-important clock here with 4:17 to go in the ball game. Cougars need every second they can get to try to get within striking range of the Stains.
It's a 5-yard gain. It's 3rd and 5 for Izzy Tellez. Waist-high snap over the middle, bobbled and knocked away. Grant Osmeyer in coverage. And it's 4th down and ball game to go for the Salina South Cougars.
That's actually Isaiah Wakes there that time, Tyler. That's really his first breakup of the night and an ever-important moment to try to put this game on ice if you're Central.
Almost convenient in a way for the Cougars that it was incomplete, as now they can take their time and make sure they get the play call in. But it all comes down to this for Salina South. Gotta have it. On 4th and 5, low snap to Tellez, fires far side, it's knocked away! Pass broken up on the outside, and the Salina Central defense forces a turnover on downs that just might seal the game.
It was Kobe Henley who got a hand in there and did not, No, it was
a great defensive play regardless there on the outside. I don't think it was Cooper Reeves, unless you saw something I didn't. That might have been Reeves. Either way, the result is the same. It's a turnover on downs, and the Central offense looking to ice it. Handoff to Reeves. He is stopped. That is the first 0 or fewer yard gain for Cooper Reeves tonight, Brooks. If you're South's defense, you can't give up here. You still got to play to the bitter end.
Yeah, look for the Cougars to try to strip that ball from Cooper Reeves' hand or whoever might be carrying the ball for Salina Central, as 3:40 is on the clock and ticks away now at 3:35.
The last time Salina Central went to the state semis was in 2007 under Michael Hall. And guess who's in at quarterback for Central? Griffin Hall.
How about that, folks?
Central will call their third and final timeout. We'll take a moment to remind you that coverage of this game is brought to you by the Kelly Kitchener Agency. They are glad to provide coverage of this game and insurance to Salina. Call them for a free quote. We'd also like to remind you, saving money isn't easy. Let Equity Bank be your money-saving partner. Simply sign up for AutoSave, and every time you use your Equity Bank debit card, they'll automatically round up to the nearest dollar and transfer that money directly into the savings account. Small change adds up to big savings. Equity Bank, making saving money just a little bit easier because it's your money. Member FDIC. The winner of this game across the bracket awaits the winner of Great Bend and Hayes at last check, 23-14 Great Bend in the fourth. If Great Bend wins, they would host that game regardless of who wins here. If it's Hayes and Central, it'll be another game at Salina Stadium, but still work to do for the Mustangs here on 2nd down and 10. 3:21 left to play in the ballgame. Central looking for a few more first downs. Design quarterback run. Griffin Hall bouncing to the outside, cutting it up. Griffin Hall, 50, 40, 30 to the inside and taken down at the 23-yard line. A Griffin Hall scamper, his biggest of the night, and that might wrap it up here for the Mustangs.
A 60-yard run for the quarterback, Griffin Hall, to put this thing on ice. My, oh my, what a scamper for the junior, as he just put that thing into third gear and got away from every would-be tackler wearing white and green.
Drop a gear and disappeared Griffin Hall, and now it's 1st down and 10. South has all three of their timeouts, but you wonder if they'll even use them. Hand off to Reeves up the right side. The defense converges. They'll stop him for a gain of 4. As a little late pushing and shoving there late for Cooper Reeves. He might get to 30 carries tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's knocking at the door as they just continue to hand the rock to their tried and true running back, Cooper Reeves. And this Mustang front 5, front 6, if you count Noah Peck in there. Peck's been a great blocker as well in this run attack. And they just continue to just bully the defense.
They will take it. It's Hall again on the ground with a lane. Griffin Hall, there is your dagger. And the Salina Central Mustangs will be moving on to the semifinals for the first time since 2007.
Griffin Hall calls his own number there and puts this thing far outside of the reach of the Cougars from the south side.
Every single touchdown for the Mustangs tonight has been on the ground, and the PAT is good. 49-24, still time on the clock, but for all intents and purposes, that is gonna do it. And the Salina Central Mustangs playing their best football when it matters most here in November.
Man, my goodness. Mustangs staying calm and collective, finding a way to figure this ball game out and put some ever important drives together. Crucial stops in the third quarter. And just a run brigade here in late in the third, all throughout the fourth, to just able to pull away with a big lead. 49-24 here with 1:43 to go in the ball game.
Everyone's staying calm except for Cooper Reeves, who's running like he's mad at every blade of grass out there on the field tonight. His final numbers from this game are going to be just unbelievable to tally up. Kitchener will take this at the 5-yard line. South starting to feel that clock get closer to midnight on their Cinderella season, and a flag will fly late. The time is the problem. 1:35 left to go, and it's now a 4-possession game. I've seen some crazy things in high school football, but that is in a different category entirely. Referees huddling up. We got a zebra conference down at the 30. And let's hear the call. Okay, so it's a face mask against Salina South. It'll be half the distance to the goal. And Brooks, did they mark that off already? No, now they'll back them up. Brooks Garrettson, it must be said, what a season for Salina South. And they deserve their roses and then some. This is a team that a lot of people left for dead. The 14 seed in the playoff tournament. 2 massive upset wins over Andover and Liberal. And their offense is back on the field here for one final drive as Redmond takes the carry up to about the 23-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And the other thing to remember about, actually no, correction, they're going to say a 10-yard gain on a first down for Redmond. But for South, they're going to bring a lot of these kids back. Remember, Izzy Tellez is a sophomore. Jay Curtis and Jackson Kitchener, Gabe Autry, they're all juniors. You look across the offensive line, Armando Franco and Simon Flores will be back next year. This is a team that's going to look to build on this into the future.
Yes, absolutely.
First down and 10, another handoff to Redmond. He will take it ahead to the 37. And another solid gain to keep things moving, but that clock continues to run, and we are inside the final 60 seconds of this game.
And Tyler, I got to say it, I love seeing Armani Redmond get a first down and still pointing for that first down, still celebrating that success. As South, as like you mentioned, Tyler, so much respect to this ball club. It is so tough to continue to go to practice on cold days, on windy days, when you're not having a successful season. Believe me, I know it. I went to Bethany College through 2018 through 2020. It is a tough thing to do, but these kids just continue to fight down to the last minute.
Handoff to Redmond. He is enjoying this. He knows every time he touches the ball could be his last. He is one of the seniors that will be graduating, and we got to give that group their flowers as well. Armani Redmond, Jackson Myers, Austin Kraft, Darius Morton, Lawrence Underwood, Bronx Sitton, just to name the guys on the offense. Easton Wilcox as well. And then on defense, Landon Huffman, Rayshawn Jones, Rowan Riddick, Gabe Wheelbarger. Guys that help build this program. Javen Correa-Brown. But as the final 10 seconds tick off the clock strikes midnight on South's Cinderella season. And for the first time since 2007, the Salina Central Mustangs are going to the semifinals. They will play for a ticket to the state championship game next week against the winner of Great Bend and Hayes. It's been a delight bringing you coverage of this game. We'll have Postgame next, the Commercial Tire Center's Postgame show when we return. This has been the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, brought to you by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance here on the Salina Post Sports Network and the NFHS Network.
I'm Ryan Arms, your mortgage loan originator at Equity Bank here in Salina, Kansas. I'm a lifelong Salina resident here to tell you our bank can offer you mortgage and refinance options with terms designed for you. Why leave our community when you can choose the bank that never forgets it's your money? With 2 locations in town on Ohio Street and Santa Fe Avenue, there's no better time to apply online, in person, or over the phone. Learn more at equitybank.com, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
Take the next step in your career with an MBA from Kansas Wesleyan and the Saline County MBA Scholarship. This opportunity is good for anyone living or working in Saline County and is valid for $100 off every MBA credit hour, lowering the total cost of the degree to around $12,000. Don't wait, the next session starts January 21st. Learn more today at kwu.edu/MBA. That's kwu.edu/MBA.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie. How can I help you flush today?
I just moved out here. I have no idea how this septic stuff works.
Totally normal. You're used to city sewer, right?
Yep, no idea what I'm doing.
Let me get you Flush the Frog. Call!
On it, Callie.
Flush! The freakishly fast frog!
I'll hop right over. Most folks don't realize you've got to pump your tank out at least every 3 to 5 years, sir. Or it backs up fast.
Is that why my toilet's gurgling?
Yep, you've got your own private sewage system now. And if you don't take care of it, well, let's just say it gets messy.
Thanks, Flush. Make sure Callie gives you a kiss when you get back.
Will do, sir.
At Lily Pad Septic, we guarantee to inspect your septic system within 24 hours.
Or your next pump out's free.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
LilyPadSeptic.com.
We'll be there in a splash.
Now, about that kiss.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio located at 340 South Broadway. Phone calls welcome.
No matter what team you support this season, CopyCo has you covered with off-the-rack and custom apparel for Salina South, Salina Central, Abilene, Chapman, Sacred Heart, southeast of Saline, Ellsworth, Minneapolis, Bennington, Solomon, and El Saline. Don't see what you're looking for in store? They can custom make items so you can support any local team or student athlete. From t-shirts and hats to hoodies and so much more, your home for local high school sports gear is CopyCo, located at 2346 Planet Avenue in Salina. A monumental day here at Salina Stadium. Here to wrap it up on the Commercial Tire Center's post-game report, Tyler Henry, Brooks Garrettson. Brooks, first and foremost, we got to talk about the real winners in this game. Anybody that watched here at Salina Stadium on the video stream, regardless, that was an excellent football game. I know I got away from South early, but this is a game that had 2 ties, 4 lead changes, all right around the half. I mean, it was drama. It lived up to the billing. It lived up to the hype. And there was no other game in the state of Kansas tonight that you or I wanted to watch.
Yeah, there really wasn't, Tyler. I mean, as I've looked at scores of high school football games throughout the season, there's been a lot of ones where you're like, oh, geez, that just kind of seems like a waste of diesel and everybody's time to travel all the way out there to get a butt whooping like that. It's not even a competitive game. It's happened at all divisions throughout this season. But tonight, man, this felt like a college game day. This felt like a Monday night football game. It was even better, though, folks. It was a Friday night game against crosstown rivals where Salina South, man, they rode that thunder, rode that juice that they had off of 2 fantastic wins on the road. Then they come back to their hometown in another technically road game against their crosstown rival, Salina Central, and had Central on the ropes for the second quarter, third quarter, of course the first quarter as well. But, man, what a ball game against, like we said many times tonight, crosstown rivals, and just an epic setting for a fantastic playoff game, and where Central finds a way to punch their ticket to the semifinals for the first time since 2007.
Yeah, that way has a name. He goes by Cooper Reeves, and
yes,
he is,
does.
I mean, it's not even going to be close. He's our Vernon Jewelers Gem of the Game. He's also our Academy Sports Player of the Game. If we have any other awards, they're all going to go to this kid. Number 12, let's go ahead and run the numbers, Brooks. 33 carries, 279 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Just unbelievable stuff out of Reeves, a kid that has already put together so many accolades this year. He is over 2,000 yards rushing on the season. You add his numbers in from today, he now has 26 rushing touchdowns in 11 weeks of high school football.
Yeah, it's just nuts. I mean, 279 yards on 33 attempts. That averages to about 8.5 yards a carry. And that is just an absolute unit out of Cooper Reeves. He made it easy for the Salina Central Mustangs to keep this thing within reach and to build their big lead that they got late in the third quarter and continue to tack on in the fourth.
We've also got to give out our Smart Play of the Game presented by Smart Insurance with locations in Abilene, Harrington, and Salina. And for that, I'm going to go with the play that kind of helped put the game on ice there at the end. It was the 60-yard run for Griffin Hall. Everybody was focused on Cooper Reeves. They end up pulling it out. They keep it with Hall, and he takes it from the 20 to the 20, a big gash gain, and ultimately that sets up the go-ahead, or not the go-ahead, but the final score needed for Salina Central to win this game.
Yeah, no doubt. Griffin Hall, a real smart kid, almost a coach on the field. He's just able to pick his choices when it's ever so important and right when the defense gets so worried about Cooper Reeves, because you got to worry about him. I mean, my God, he ran 279 yards tonight for 5 touchdowns. How can you not worry about him? But you also got to worry about the shifty athletic QB out of Griffin Hall, and Hall makes it hurt right when you stop to think about him, and that's why he's got your smart play of the evening.
It was a great game across the board. I know we brought it up a little bit right before this game came to a close, but Brooks, what Salina South did this season, it's not just a special flash in the pan. It feels like them building on what Coach Ozores has done. This is his second year as head coach. They won one game last year. They won one game in the regular season this year. But to come out and beat Andover, to come out and beat Liberal, both on the road, by the way, and then to have Salina Central down at the half, you feel like this is a South team. This is just the beginning of them turning their program around. We mentioned both of these teams getting back to the peak of their play. What happened in the early 2000s, the 6 straight runs to a state championship game and 5 straight state titles shared between them. Both Salina teams have really impressed me over the last couple of years, but for Salina South, with how bad the program was, the state that it was in, for them to come out and do this season, it doesn't just deserve to be commended. They deserve to have an eye kept on them moving forward into next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing but respect for the South side of things, because they just continue to show up and work. Like I mentioned earlier, Tyler, it can be so frustrating and so mentally challenging to show up day in and day out when you're not getting the results you want. And what's the result you want? Everyone wants to win, of course, but because everyone wants to win, it's a difficult thing to do. You got to remember, every school has a weight room. Every school's got a football field. Every school's got some coaches with some loud whistles that are going to push you to become the best player you can be. And that's what Salina South coaching staff has been doing to their kids. And you got to admire that the kids, they kept showing up for the Cougars, and they put together 2 amazing playoff wins, and they came and they continued to battle their crosstown rivals out of Salina Central. But Central, also very admirable, stayed calm under the pressure, did not bend to the electricity that the Cougars presented tonight, and were able to make their plays when they needed to, rely on the workhorse that Cooper Reeves is, and find ways to get off the field on the defensive side of the ball to get the ball back in the hands of Griffin Hall and Cooper Reeves.
Just a reminder, don't forget, you can catch highlights on the Salina Post Facebook page and at S Post Sports on Twitter after the game. Check out highlights from this game and also see video highlights from around the area, including southeast of Saline's big win from earlier tonight. Again, those can be found on our Salina Post Facebook page, our Salina Post YouTube page, or at S Post Sports on Twitter, X, or whatever the kids are calling it these days. Brooks Garrettson, it was a phenomenal game. One last check of our Bennington State Bank scoreboard before we wrap it up. Great Bend leads Hayes 29-22 following a 51-yard touchdown pass for Great Bend and a blocked PAT for Hayes. 29-22 is the score in that game. 4 minutes left. Remember, the winner, which ended up being Salina Central, gets the winner of that game. If it's Great Bend, it'll be in Great Bend. If it's Hayes, it will be here. But regardless, Brooks Garrettson, that is going to make for one heck of a game next week.
Yes, no doubt it will. As Salina Central, the Stangs remain Mayor Cup champs and keep the cup here on the central side of things, on the north side of things here in Salina. And now they have the chance to face the winner of the WAC, the Western Athletic Conference, as they will face the foe of Great Bend Panthers or Hayes High Indians. 2 great opponents out of either side, but none, regardless, you got to celebrate this one, but once 24 hours elapses, you got to get ready for the next.
Well, it's been a great game. It's been great to bring it to you. We had so much fun here. We want to say one last special thank you to Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance for making tonight's broadcast possible. Don't forget, Kelly Kitchener's agency at Shelter Insurance, the 2023 Kansas Agency of the Year. Let their team work for you. It's been a great time. I've been Tyler Henry. He's been Brooks Garrettson. Trey Tolley, our producer, engineer, and camera operator here tonight. Wherever you tuned in for this game, we thank you for watching. And don't forget, you can watch this game back on demand 100% free on our Salina Post YouTube page, whether you checked it out on Salina Post or on the NFHS network. Salina Central survives and advances. They punch their first ticket to the state semifinals since 2007, and they do it in 49-24 fashion over the Salina South Cougars. That'll do it for us. This has been the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. It's presented by Kelly Kitchener at Shelter Insurance.